Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Well, there we go. That was the issue. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the workshop. Today, we are here to work on a project earlier than usual. It is Astrologaster. That's right. This was from several indies games back in April. And it's just a charming little game that I just had to do it again. And goodness gracious. It's also just so funny because I discovered that it's actually based on a true story. Obviously, it's fancified and written around to make it funny, charming, and a playable game. But it is actually based on a real person, Simon Forman, and the fact that he was incredibly lucky. Like, he actually did use the stars. To determine medical and other things, and he was actually really good at determining these things, like unbelievably good. And so we return. We're going to start anew, of course, like I do with 99.9% of all indie games I do in several indie games. So let's see if we could do better than we were doing last time. Ooh.
Long ago in England in 1592, there begins our tale, and all of it is true. Through all of London, bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
Dead. Then we just flip a book.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
Here's our boy Simon.
But brave doctor stayed when all the cowards fled, might not have been because he was too sick to leave his bed.
This is our boy Simon Forman right here. Whoops.
'Tis my final hour. I will surely die. I am too far gone to recover, and for the plague there is no cure. Unless a cure might be found in the stars.
The stars, you say?
Let me see now. According to the stars, the way to cure the plague is to treat the fever it provokes. Oh, can it be true? Might a disease so monstrous as the plague be cured by treating it as if it were an exceeding bad fever?
Rejects the stars' answers, die.
Powerful herbs to bring the fever to crisis and break it. Let me see now. Angelica and dandelion for heat, borage to provoke sweating, infuse them in wine, strain and distill the mixture to produce a most powerful strong water.
Go. Yep. Oh.
Huzzah.
Dies instantly.
I am cured. I shall now go forth with my miraculous strong water to cure all London of the plague.
Hooray! I judged my plague symptoms as being provoked by fever. I invented a new... Good job, man. Just shame you can't letter of recommend yourself.
Forman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to restore London's to health.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Simon Forman, he cured us of the plague, his bruise some detail,
A little vague.
Beg.
We know he knows astrology and knows his own strong water. So won't he be a proper licensed doctor?
Yeah, who needs a license? To do anything.
here comes a
Oh, Avis Allen.
little wary. Her name is Avis Allen, what can her trouble be?
Speaking of license, Scully.
God give you good day, madam. How may I?
You, Mr. Forman? Mr. Simon Forman, the doctor?
I, madam, I am indeed Dr.
doctor?
Simon Forman. I
Question
bid you
mark?
welcome to my consulting chambers. Mistress
Allen, Mistress Avis Allen of Lambeth.
Pray tell me your age, if you please, madam.
I am 33 years of age.
And how might I do you service this day, Mr. Allen? Pray describe your troubles.
Gotcha. Thank
Well,
you.
the pain started full late last eve upon retiring to bed.
Ooh.
Not that I am in the habit of retiring so late, but my husband did desire a special supper of cold meats to celebrate and give thanks in any case, it started in the night and it continued until dawning. That being the pain in my head and the chundering.
A moment whilst I make note of this. Headache and involuntary purging. Is that all?
Aye, that is all. I'm thinking on it my complaint to seem most trifling. And
Chundering.
you are doubtless busy with important cases. Oh, like the plague! Yea, verily, mayhap I should not have come after all. Good day, Dr. Forman. I beseech you pardon me, for I have wasted your time.
Prithee, do not go. For I assure you, madam, your case verily is important to me. And 'tis important to you, is it not, Mistress Allen?
Chundering.
Else you would not have come this day.
Please don't vomit me.
Aye.
Let us consult the stars now, then, shall we?
But
What is the
don't.
cause of Mistress
I beg
Allen's
you, do
suffering?
not chunder upon me. Alright. Being with child. That's what I chose last time. Baby always dies. True, true.
You are with child, Mistress Allen. 'Twas the reason for your celebration last even, methinks.
Aye. But how did you know?
I can see it in my chart, madam. There is a planet aligned with Scorpio at present, Scorpio being the constellation that rules over such matters. Pray tell, how long has it been since your monthly courses?
It has been 14 weeks since my courses, and yesterday I did feel the child quicken. So, indeed, 'twas the cause for our celebration, as you say. For I have been with child before, you see, but it's never. And Mr. Allen and I do pray this one will be born alive.
Well,
There, there, dear lady. The presence of the planet Mercury in my chart does suggest you suffer from anxious passions on account of your condition, and given your ill-favoured history, I warrant 'twas the twin burdens of hope and fear that provoked your troubles last even.
Oh, I see.
Pray take this flask of wine, madam. It has been infused
Get-
with cloves,
get
gingerwood,
drunk.
and cinnamon.
That'll help.
Drink of it each morning, and you should soon feel much improved.
Verily, I will do as you advise. I thank ye heartily, sir. Fare you well, Dr. Forman.
Fare you well, Mistress Allen.
Querent did present with symptoms of headache and involuntary upward purging. Just the Querent as being with child. Well, I think this Querent is most pleased with me for the reading I gave today. Whoa!
Almighty God,
I mean, that makes sense. Thomas Blagg. I didn't notice his head's on the fucking sign. That's great.
Good day, sir. You are Simon Forman, the physician, are you not?
Whoa!
These are your rooms.
Indeed, I am he, and well met, sir. Be it Thomas Blagg I have the honour of welcoming to my humble consulting chambers, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral?
Indeed. 'Tis I, Thomas Blagg. Though it is not upon church business that I come to you this day. 'Tis upon a matter of my own that I require counsel. I have lately been offered some very lucrative investment opportunities. And, well, it is said that God speaks to us through the stars, does he not?
Indeed he does. 'Tis well known that astrology is but a conduit for the word of God, as interpreted using scientifical means.
Scientifical.
And now, these investments of which you speak, pray tell of them, if you please.
2 merchant ships will shortly set sail on very lucrative trading expeditions. I do not possess the coin to invest in both. Hence, I must choose between them. And I must choose very wisely indeed. For sea voyages are most perilous, and if my ship were to founder or be captured by pirates, I would lose my entire investment.
Aye, forsooth, 'twould be most lamentable, to say nothing of the poor souls who might lose their lives.
Who are, naturally, the greater of my concerns.
Of course, of
Aye,
course.
naturally. And whither might these ships be bound?
The first is bound for the Spice Islands of the East.
Oh.
'Tis a voyage to be undertaken by a ship named the Conquering Cherub. The other is the Pride of Yarmouth. She is to bring back sugar from the Americas. Have you now the information you require? Then perchance you may divine for me upon which of these 2 ships our Lord God has bestowed his divine blessing.
Aye, Dean Blagg, we may now consult the stars.
The stars!
Should Thomas Blagg invest in the voyage of the Conquering Cherub, or that of the Pride of Yarmouth?
The ship's name evokes a child who is victorious in battle. I believe that is the correct answer. Resulted in a change of fortune for him. Partakes in marriage. I believe it was this one. Ah, what? Oh. I was
The
stupidly
stars
went
advise you to
to,
invest in the ship
drag from the
Conquering
fucking,
Cherub.
I see. And why is that?
Well, I have calculated that at this very hour, upon this
There we go.
very day,
So I'm
the
not
planet
distracted.
Mars and the constellation Scorpio do both dwell in that part of the sky we call the House of Children. And, as it happens, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, hence we may say that Mars is presently exalted.
Mars has been exalted by Scorpio, you say? And what might that mean?
When exalted, Mars represents victory. And so, with victory in the House of Children, we may read this as a victorious child.
A victorious
Ergo,
child!
The Conquering Cherub.
Ah, I see. For a cherub is a kind of child, is it not? In sooth, I do find the science of astrology very
The very
fascinating.
esteemed science of
thank
astrology.
you, Dr. Forman. You have been most helpful.
Conquering Cherub, pleased. Oh! We're making our way downtown. Emma Sharp. Yep, that lady exudes fear.
Good morrow, sir. Pray tell, are these the consulting chambers of Simon Forman, Doctor of Astrology and Physick?
Indeed, 'tis I, Dr. Simon Forman. And your name, madam?
Emma Sharp of Shoreditch, sir. 25 years of age.
Welcome, Miss Sharp. And how may I do you service this day?
Well, 'tis a trifle delicate. A man has asked me to be his wife. dear, kind man, but I fear you will think me cold, Dr. Forman.
There, madam, whatever is the matter?
Well, he is exceeding advanced in years. I do worry he may not be long for the world, and if he were to die, I do not think I could bear it. Verily, I would not. Indeed, methinks I would rather not marry him at all. Am I very heartless, Dr. Forman?
Nay, not in the least, madam. Your fears are most reasonable.
Reasonable
The man
fears.
in the winter of his life is indeed more likely to die. I assure you, madam, 'tis a medical fact. But methinks you wish to know whether this man be afflicted with a grave health condition, do you not? To wit, any ailment that might soon prove fatal?
Forsooth I do. That is my question precisely.
How did you know?
Dr. Forman, 'tis as if you have a gift for reading minds.
Merely the gift of logical surmise, madam. Let us see whether a judgment of the stars may calm your fears. Does Mr. What was your gentleman's name?
Mr. George Middleton, a wool merchant.
Does Mr. Middleton have any ailments that might hasten his death?
Let us find out. All right. Condition that may end in death. May be bewitched. Suffers from dropping down to the piss. I believe I chose that last time. So I wonder if this character, because in the history of Simon Forman, after he died, his reputation was posthumously ruined in like a court case where he was implicated alongside, I believe, 2 women for like getting somebody killed, and they believed he was responsible for providing the poison that did so. So his reputation was completely thrown down the tank after he died. So I wonder if Miss Sharp here is either the historical figure from that or the representation of that situation. Because of what happens later with her. You know, Oh, this cannot be cured. Oh, the balance of black bile. I wonder. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'll do this one this time. I want to see what happens.
I am full sorry, madam, but the stars give heavy news. Mr. Middleton suffers from a cardiac passion. Indeed, his heart may stop at any moment. He must avoid anything that might alarm or trouble his vital spirits. One shock could be enough to kill him.
Oh, woe, alas, poor Mr. Middleton. I thank you for your kind understanding, Dr. Forman, and for your discretion in this matter. I will at once to my family go and beseech them not to make me accept Mr. Middleton's proposal. God give you good day, Dr. Forman.
Was pleased, okay. Hey! Alright, that was more than when I said dropping down the piss. Although dropping down to the piss is funny. Beware! Is the man treating you a qualified licensed doctor? London has lately been importuned by low-born charlatans claiming the title of doctor. These men have never attended university and therefore cannot be trusted. Anyone found to be practicing medicine without a medical license shall be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Dr. Richard Smith, President, College of Physicians. Oh no.
Murdering would those doctors
God, I love these. I love this singing. What about both? Slay him in
What's
jail.
the meaning of this warning being put about by the College of Physicians? Do they mean to do me harm? It is true that I do not have a medical license. What am I to do? Mayhap the stars will advise me.
Stars! Owing to the wealth of privilege, there's most they do not know about physick. Making war against me. If I'm going to become the best doctor in London, I must find a way to end this war. Church of England can help me, for the Archbishop of Canterbury has a special power to grant medical licenses. Forge strong relationships with my querents. The solution involves being sensitive to the needs of my querents. I like this one.
It seems that if I'm to avoid prosecution by the College of Physicians, I must obtain a medical license. Towards this end, doubtless the best course is to serve my querents well, treating their illnesses and problems with intelligence and sensitivity. For if I do, they may favour me with letters of recommendation, and I can use these to petition the University of Cambridge to grant me a license.
Very true. Very true. Too bad you can't letter of recommend yourself.
This man at the door who we've not seen before. Who is this man at the door who we've not seen before? Who is come to inquire dressed in such strange?
Look at this genuine Italian man. There's nothing suspicious about him at all.
Good day to you, sir. Oh, I see you're having some difficulties. William, fetch my guest a chair.
No, it's good. I am just a little stiff.
As you wish. Mr.
Signor Riccardo Ferraro. I am a gentleman of Venezia, come to make a trade in London.
Venice?
No, I didn't notice that
It is a
before, his
fine
mustache
city, I hear.
slipping off.
And how may I do you service this day, Signor Ferraro?
I am come with una problema medicale, and you are most great dottore who does cure all London, huh? You cure Ferraro too, see?
Forsooth, I will seek to do so, Signor. Pray, describe your complaints, if you please.
Is burning when I make the water.
Pain during urination?
See, and is pain down here. Molto pain.
And pain in the lower back. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
The gout, joints of the foot, that's incorrect. Suffers from stones in the kidney. That would probably be it. Dysentery, no. This one.
'Tis a case of stones in the kidney, I regret to say. But worry not, Signor. I will give you an ounce of my strong water to dislodge them. Drink this entire flask when you rise at dawn tomorrow. You may then expect to evacuate the stones by way of your privy member within just a few hours.
Ah, your
I
famous
did
strong
it.
water. This water is said to cure the plague, huh? I thank you, Signor Forman. And now Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
They're gonna research. He's gonna research my strong water. Bastard, reverse engineer it. I'm watching you.
Tis sure she's no beauty, tis true she lacks finesse. But
Avies!
hero needs his own princess.
But hold on.
Ah, well met, Mistress Allen. Pray tell, the last time I saw you, you were with child, methinks. Pray tell, how
I
fares...
would rather not talk about that, if you please.
Oh, I see. I am full sorry, madam. What
I'm
brings
come
you this-
upon
No.
the matter
Beg
that
your
brings.
pardon, madam. I prithee, madam, say on.
I'm come about the new law. I know not what to do, and I would have counsel.
You are in trouble with the law, madam.
Nay, at least not yet, but my neighbours have begun to remark unkindly upon my absences, my Sunday absences from church. I am afeard one of them may soon denounce me.
Oh no.
Ah, 'tis the Act Against Recusants you speak of. The law that obliges Catholics to attend church and take the English sacrament. You are of the Catholic faith, then, I take it?
I, a Catholic, but as well a law-abiding woman and a full loyal subject of the Queen. Long may she reign.
I do not doubt it, madam.
But to take the Protestant sacrament, 'tis heresy. So says the Pope in Rome. I risk being damned to hell if I do it, Dr. Forman.
Oh,
Very,
no.
I find myself in a most terrible bind.
I see. Damned if you do, yet condemned if you do not.
Damn.
A cruel bind indeed. Let us see if the stars may untangle it for us. Should Mistress Avis Allen attend Protestant church services?
Let us find out. Some have the wrong plans of the Allen's wealth and are envious. Mistress Allen's problems are female neighbors. Okay, so gossip. Or this was strange charter Catholic fake. For when the Queen dies, her successor may revert England back to Catholicism. There may be a creative solution for appeasing the Pope in Rome, whilst also honoring England's Protestant legacy. Risk getting in trouble with the law and being punished by authorities. It is Mistress Allen's duty to cooperate. I believe it is this one. Let's go with up. Go, what? No! Ah! What? Oh no! Drag.
I fear the stars confirm your fears. You must attend church every Sunday, lest you risk being prosecuted for being a recusant.
Oh, but then what of my soul, Dr. Forman?
Methinks I have a solution for that, madam. If you were to cross your fingers behind your back during the service, any Protestant oath you swear would not count. Of course, you must be sure to stand at the back of the church while doing so that only God may see, and no one else.
Boom!
Forsooth, what an ingenious notion! Oh, Dr. Forman, you have saved me. You are so wise, sir. 'Tis so. Verily, 'tis most admirable.
But, dear lady, 'tis you who is to be admired. The strength of resolve, your devotion to your faith, and your... Madam, would you care to... see my collection of Venetian glassware?
I think I would. Indeed, I would like that very well.
Oh boy! Boom! Knocking it out of the park, baby.
Here comes a beauty
Amelia!
Her hair does shine, her eyes are bright. A damsel formed for man's delight.
Oh, she is quite a lady. Oh, she is quite a lady.
Amelia Lanier.
Good day to you, sir. I am Amelia Bassano of Bishopsgate, here for my consultation.
Welcome, Mistress Bassano. Bassano, 'tis an Italian name, is it not?
Aye, it is, sir. Though I was born in London, my family are from Venice.
Oh.
They did come to London to gain employment as musicians at the royal court.
Ah, I know one of your countrymen, Riccardo Ferraro, another one of my querents. Mayhap you know him? He hails from Venice, too.
No, sir, I do not know him. Venice is a large city, and as such 'tis home to many thousands of men. And as I did mention, I was born in London.
Aye, of course. Mayhap we turn our thoughts to what brings you hither this day. Have you a question for me?
Aye, sir, I wish to know what afflicts me, for my belly does begin to swell, and lately I oft find myself chundering after meals.
Swollen abdomen and involuntary...
Well, you are definitely with child.
Well, now, let us consult the stars to judge the cause of these troubles. What is ailing Mistress Amelia Bassano?
Liverworm. With child. Crick in the knees. Child.
I neglected to ask. Is there a Mr. Bassano?
Aye, my father still lives.
I mean to say, are you yet married, Mistress Bassano? I presume you are, for the stars indicate that you are with child. Wondrous news indeed.
Ah, I see.
Of course, it is natural for a young lady to be a trifle anxious when she's expecting her first child. And I see you are anxious, are you not?
I, Mr. Forman, I own that I am.
Well, doubtless you are anxious owing to the unpredictable nature of your condition.
Here's my deed
instance,
of ownership
sometimes the
over
child
my
might emerge from
anxiety.
its mother's
That
womb
proves that I own it.
weeks or even months earlier than anticipated. This possibility is a medical fact, and one that should be explained to any husband you may... Do you see what I'm saying, Mistress Bassano?
Nay, not in the least, sir.
Some of my maiden querents, I assume you are still unmarried and therefore a maiden, when they find themselves inexplicably with child, they oft do not remain unmarried for long. I advise you to discuss this with your family without delay, Mistress Bassano. Doubtless they will be keen to make the arrangements for you.
I see. Yes, of course. I must lose no time in finding a husband. I thank you, Dr. Forman. Good day.
All right. Mary Payne.
She spies a looking glass, for 'tis a portal out through whence the gates of hell do blast.
Oh.
And foul wind that comes direct from Satan's paw. La, 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 la.
God, I love
Blessed morrow to you,
that.
Dr. Forman. I am Mary Payne of 4th Street in Lambeth. I'm come to seek your counsel about my neighbours.
Good morrow, Mistress Payne, and well met. What trouble do your neighbours give you? They play their lutes into the night, perchance? Mayhap a neighbour has cast a malignant spell upon your cabbages.
Why, sir, 'tis no trifling matter. Indeed, 'tis a matter of grave importance.
Grave importance?
Doubtless you do know we have a Catholic living on 4th Street. A woman by the name of Avis Allen.
Ah, yes. I did hear tell that Mistress Allen subscribes to the Romish faith. But 'tis no crime to be a Catholic, is it, madam? At least, not at present.
Aye, but harbouring a Jesuit priest is, Dr. Forman. These evenings past, I have spied a man sneaking in and out of the Allens' house. 'Tis my reckoning the man is a priest who is going hither and thither all over Lambeth to perform the Catholic Mass and take confessions.
Oh!
Doubtless Mr. Allen is hiding him in one of those little cupboards.
You mean to say you think Mr. Allen has installed a priest hole in his house? A secret room hidden behind the wood panelling of a wall?
Indeed I do. I am certain that he has such a hole, and that a priest is going in and out of Mr. Allen's hole from dusk till dawn.
Verily? How troubling. But surely you are mistaken, madam, for under the cover of darkness, how can you be sure the man you did spy was not Mr. Allen himself?
Nay, nay, 'twas not Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen is a fine, tall figure of a man, whereas the figure I did spy was very narrow and malformed in appearance. A scrawny little imp of a man he was.
I see.
Now, you must not think me intolerant, Dr. Forman. If Mistress Allen must cling to her idolatrous backward beliefs, 'tis her own affair, and I have no wish to cause trouble for the Allens. And 'tis true that Mistress Allen does now attend church on Sundays and takes the English sacrament just as she ought to. But we residents of 4th Street are decent English folk.
Fine,
We will not
upstanding
abide
London
an agent of Rome
kind.
sneaking around our neighbourhood, muttering incantations in some devilish foreign tongue.
I think you mean Latin, madam.
But before I act upon my suspicions, I think it wise to know if there be any truth in them.
Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Who is this mysterious stranger, and why does he frequent the Allen's house late at night?
Oh, what is this? The man, Mr. Spain's got cruel intentions. Will die suddenly, mayhaps before the end of this consultation. Yeah, I figured you won't actually kill her. This speaks about a relationship with an untrusty foreigner. As foreigners are untrustworthy by nature, this element may be of no particular significance. Oof. Chanel's maternal instincts have been thwarted by her intimate to bear a child, but Chanel persists to reverse her infertility. Or speak of an educated man who adores himself in fine clothing. Maybe Mr. Spain Saw is a public enemy who engages in the version. Yeah, no, it's this one.
Ah, 'twould seem the man you saw is a foreigner who's been secreted into the Allen house to aid Mistress Allen with their family difficulties.
Family difficulties? Come, Dr. Forman. Pray, speak plain.
Ah, well, as you doubtless know, the Allens have never been blessed with a living child. Mayhap 'tis the belief of Mistress Allen that the seed of a foreigner would prove more powerful than the, demonstrably less successful seed of Mr. Allen.
Then 'tis naught but adultery, fornication with a foreigner. Mistress Allen will pay dearly for such sinning. Her soul will be damned to an afterlife, beset by the exquisite tortures of hell's capricious demons.
Aye, well, according to Scripture, that is technically true.
But to harbour a Jesuit priest is a far greater evil. We must be glad that Mistress Allen commits naught but the sin of adultery.
Ah, thank God!
Conducted late at night, with a man who gives forth strong foreign seed. You have given me much to think on, Dr. Forman. Blessed day!
I am glad to have been of service, Mistress Payne.
You left me in pain, bitch.
When the querent does
Ah!
rock a continental frock, when the parent does rock
a continental frock,
his Italian flair features all facial hair, 'tis Ferraro.
Signor Ferraro. I fucking love that. Oh.
God give you good day, Signor. And how may I assist you?
'Tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great dottore, Simon Forman.
So I see. What brings you this day?
I bring myself to you, so you trade my illness. 'Tis very grave.
And, what might this illness be? Perchance we might start with your complaints.
First problem is the laughter that cannot be controlled.
Uncontrollable laughter, you say?
I
see. Anything else?
Next problem, the dancing that cannot be controlled.
Uncontrollable dancing.
Dancing?
And yet, you do not appear to be dancing at present.
What can I say? 'Tis uncontrollable dancing. I cannot control when I dance.
Nay, 'tis a fair point.
Doubtless my disease, whatever it may be, is very rare and very difficult to diagnose. But of course, if it be beyond your medical understanding...
Let me assure you, Signor, that whatever is said of us on the continent, the learning of we English doctors is unparalleled. There is no better medical care to be had than in London. Now, let us see whether the stars may tell us something of your unusual and troubling illness.
Unusual and troubling illness. Well, yeah. Been bitten by a tarantula on one of his ankles. Tarantula venom causes the victim to laugh, sing, or dance uncontrollably, while also provoking an acute loathing of music.
You have been bitten by a tarantula. Its venom has been creeping throughout your body, provoking the wanton laughter and dancing you're experiencing. The tarantula is a rare spider from foreign climes. Doubtless it travelled with you from Venice, hiding itself among your belongings.
Very possible.
Doubtless you are right this time.
The venom may be expelled from the body using a combination of heat and music. I advise you to have a lutenist come by your house to sing and play for you while you bide near the fire. But take care not to insult the musicians playing, for whilst you will find it most loathsome, 'twill only be on account of the venom.
Molto bene, Signor Forman. I will do as you advise. Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
Does tarantula venom actually... I don't think tarantula venom actually does that, but... Amelia! Lanier! Oh! Given that she is suspected to be the Dark Woman in Shakespeare's sonnets, I'm wondering if their song choice, whenever she pops up, uses, like, verses and lines from his sonnets.
Good day to you, madam.
Yes. Good day, Mr. Forman. Pray tell, is your Venetian querent Riccardo Ferraro one of the patients you treat for troubles of the mind? Forsooth, his manner is right strange. I passed him at the door, and when I addressed him in the Italian tongue, he abruptly turned from me and ran away down the street.
Nay, Signor Ferraro has no grave troubles of the mind that I'm aware of. Mayhap he was merely dumbstruck by your beauty, madam.
Dr. Forman, a man is rarely struck dumb by a woman's beauty. Indeed, 'tis quite the reverse. He is oft rendered all the more loquacious, plaguing her with ill-formed metaphors he believes are compliments, and with hasty declarations and invitations she has neither sought nor invited.
Ah, quite. But let us turn our minds to happier thoughts. I did lately hear of your marriage to your
Damn,
cousin,
bitch,
Mr.
I was just
Alfonso
trying to be
Lara,
nice.
For which I must congratulate you. And as I recall, you were with child when I last saw you.
Aye, I was, as you correctly judged.
And your child and husband are both well, I hope?
I would rather not discourse on the subject of my husband, Dr. Forman.
As it pleases you, madam. What brings you this day?
Lately I have been feeling heavy and lethargic. I do also find it hard to fix my attention upon the book I am reading or upon words I am composing. And yet, although I oft feel right tired, I am having difficulty sleeping.
Ah, well, becoming a mother, beset with all the demands of a suckling babe, can force change upon the normal rhythms of life.
Nay, 'tis not that, for I have employed a wet nurse for the feeding and much of the care of my son. Methinks I must have some kind of disease.
I see. Let us consult the stars to see what afflicts you. What is ailing Mistress Amelia Lania?
Alright, so what is it? Melancholy? Possibly. Phlegmatism is temperament associated with an excess of phlegm, characterized with stoicism and stubbornness. Caloric temperament is associated with an excess of yellow bile. Sufferer exhibits an aggressive, opinionated nature. Illness is chronic. Melancholy or caloric temperament? Let's go with this one this time.
You are afflicted with a choleric temperament, madam.
I see. And what treatment can you give me for it?
Before we speak of treating your condition, madam, I think it wise we determine what has provoked it. You did express a desire not to speak of your husband, and I cannot help but think that such a reluctance reveals where the source of your troubles might lie, to wit, within your marriage. Would I be right in thinking this? I do not wish to cause you distress, madam, but as a doctor, I do feel I must press you in case it is relevant to your troubles.
My marriage is not a happy one, Dr. Forman.
Nope.
Mr. Lanier and I do not agree on matters of money and strong drink.
I see. And what are your opinions on these subjects?
Pray tell!
That he spends all our money on strong drink.
Ah!
He disagrees.
And your husband cannot be brought around to see your point of view, nor you his, I presume.
Nay, indeed not. 'Tis not a disagreement over what caused the fall of the Roman Empire, Dr. Forman.
Ah, yes. I see what you mean. Well, mayhap I am not able to help you with your marital woes, but I can prescribe a treatment to help minimize their effect on your body. I will give you a list of herbs to acquire. You must boil them in water and drink of the infusion.
Maidenhair, oregano, wormwood, licorice, and fennel. I thank you for this, Dr. Forman. I shall at once to an apothecary go and procure these herbs.
Nice. Nice. Oh. Sir, I thank you for your recent enquiry with regards to obtaining a license to practice medicine. I know from our records that you terminated your enrollment on our institution some years ago on the grounds of insufficient funds. Whilst we do not ordinarily issue medical license to men who have not first completed a medical degree, proof of equivalent professional experience in the form of letters of recommendation may be taken into consideration. Minimum of 8 such letters of recommendation is customarily required. I advise you to write us once again once you have obtained the requisite number of letters.
What is there?
Aves!
We are no longer sure. Seems Forman's now a patient, and Avis is the cure.
Ooh!
Ah, my dear Avis, what a pleasure it is to see you. I have oft thought of our
I
last...
cannot tarry long. My husband will be expecting me home.
Of course. But, dear lady, is something the matter?
Of course. Do not all your querents come with a matter they wish an answer to?
Well, yes, but...
I wish to ask of the stars whether a man I am close with, a man who is not my husband, whether that man be also close with another woman.
A man you are... I see. Well, if I am to judge the stars for you, I must ask you to be more precise. In what sense do you mean close? The platonic bond of friendship?
Nay, close in the sense of being intimate.
I see. Then 'tis the familial tie of kinship, perchance.
Nay, I mean someone with whom I have shared physical relations.
Verily, madam, if I am to give you an accurate reading, you must state your question clearly.
Methinks you know full well what I ask. I bid you ask the stars whether my lover is, that is to say, be it true that he engages with another woman in acts of strumpy-humpy.
Strumpy-humpy!
Madam, you astonish me. 'Tis unlike you to speak such indelicate words. Now, if I understand you correctly, you have a lover, and you wish to know whether he has been sharing his
Strumpy.
favors with another woman.
Aye, but did I not verily say so?
And now that we have at last fathomed your question, let us read the stars to fathom an answer.
Wow.
Has Mistress
Dick
Allen's
much?
lover been unfaithful to her?
Damn, this relationship's falling apart. Mine is starting to gel by jealousy and confusion. Should be more optimistic about a romance with this man. This constellation will provoke unexpected intimacies between me and Avis. Mr. Allen is seeing a woman who is willing to and able to marry him. He wishes to continue his family line. Mr. Allen no longer pleases her lover. Wow. He wishes to father a child. Wow.
The stars are most clear, madam. Your lover has not been coupling with another woman.
He has not.
Forsooth, the stars say that your mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. Now, if there is nothing further, madam...
Oh, how relieved I am to hear you say this. Oh, Simon, what a fool I have been not to trust you.
But you... this lover... 'twas me all along? You were not speaking of some other man?
I beseech you, pardon me, Simon. I had to know the truth from the stars, for I did hear tell of other women.
Tell Avis.
See,
It's not other women, it's
no
other
woman
men.
is to me so dear, and verily I... Is it not clear to you that I...
Do you verily, Simon?
Oh, my dear, sweet Avis.
I verily. Oh, shit! Woohoo! I did it! Cutebold Productions! Bro, she got the iPhone 12!
That captain food trust is
Bro, I'm jealous!
Good morrow, madam. I humbly welcome you to my consulting chambers, and thank you for choosing my practice. Mistress...
Fortescue. Mistress Sybil Fortescue.
Well then, Mistress Fortescue, what may I assist you with this day?
I come upon a most troubling matter, sir. I know not whether it is a medical matter or something else.
I see. Pray describe your trouble to me, madam.
Well, I suppose it all began with a dinner I hosted at my house last even. Mayhap you have heard of my dinners, Dr. Forman. They are much talked about. Though I fear last evening's dinner will be talked about for all the wrong reasons.
Talked about, you say?
Yes. Indeed, invitations to my dinners are much sought after, for I host the most desirable of guests. Lords, bishops, poets, explorers, painters, and the like. Why, last eve I hosted the famous Robert Lord Devereux, the playwright William Shakespeare, and the Bishop of London and his wife. As well as fascinating conversation, at my table I served the very latest and most original dishes. Last even, I served an exotic green vegetable called a potato. So crisp and refreshing. My dear husband sent them home to me from the New World.
Ooh.
Doubtless you have heard of my husband, Captain Fortescue. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh.
I see. Your dinners do sound most excellent, Mistress Fortescue. But what occurred at last eve's dinner that has you so distressed?
Well, in truth, 'twas after dinner. We all felt a strong desire to take some air, and so we left the table to take a turn in some pleasure gardens nearby. But then, as we were walking along the path, right in the middle of the gardens, in full public view...
Pray do not distress yourself, madam. Prithee, take your time.
My guests and I were, all of a sudden, stricken with pain. We began chundering and voiding from our... But there was nowhere to turn, you see. There were no bushes close by to shield our modesty. 'Twas unspeakable.
Oh, dear.
A moment, madam, as I note this down. Abdominal pain and simultaneous upward and downward purging of a most
Raw
sudden
potatoes.
and violent nature. Now, let us see how these stars explain this most distressing and unsavoury event. What troubled Mistress Sybil Fortescue and her guests last eve?
All right. With evil digestion, I believe is the correct one. But let's look at the other ones. It's taking a chilly cold. Yes, of course. Wandering hands. This one.
Madam, I think you said the New World vegetables you dined upon were green
Evil
in colour, did you
digestion
not?
starring Ash.
And you described them as crisp and refreshing, I think. I take it then that you served them to your guests green and raw?
Yes, indeed. Most of the potatoes my husband sent me were full dull and unhealthsome in appearance. Hence I served only the green ones. I had my cook cut them in such a way as to resemble roses. 'Tis the way I oft serve my apples.
Ah, then your trouble was a severe case of evil digestion. I have read that these vegetables can be noxious if they turn green.
Oh, my days! Do you mean I poisoned my guests?
In a manner of speaking, aye. But worry not, madam, for the suffering was but temporary. Indeed,
They are part of the
it does
Nightshade
sound as if the
family,
bodies
but
of your
do
guests
not
were most
worry.
comprehensively purged of the poison. However, in future, be sure to cook the potatoes until they are soft, and pray do not eat the ones that have turned green.
As God shall mend me, what a shameful affair this has been. I shall go home and, well, I shall write to my husband and ask that he includes cooking instructions with the next gift of food that he sends me. I thank ye and bid ye good day, Dr. Forman.
That's a sweet monkey you have. All right. Whoa! Almost halfway there. Halfway there.
Here comes a literary mind, one such as we do rarely find. Just needs a man to be behind, for she's but a lady.
Well, now we're getting sexist here. What is this? Oh! Whoa! Okay.
Good even, Miss Lanier. What brings you?
I am come about my future, Dr. Forman. I wish to know whether I will find success as a writer of poems and plays. You can predict futures, can you not?
You, madam, a writer of poems and of plays. Forsooth, how verily remarkable.
Well, 'tis true most of us Basanos and Laniers are musicians, but I have chosen a different path. I've lately begun a collaboration with a poet and playwright. Let us call him Mr. S. He is presently writing a play that takes place in northern Italy, and as I am of Italian heritage, he has asked me to help him write it.
How interesting. And does this collaboration betwixt you go well?
Right well, or so methinks. Indeed, Mr. S did suggest that I am full talented as a writer. Be not afraid of greatness, he told me. For once our play opens upon the London stage, our success will follow, as night follows day.
I see.
Wow.
Then what would you have me ask the stars, madam?
Well, I've noted that Mr. S, although a brilliant man, is oft prone to exaggerated melodrama and implausible plot resolutions. I wish to know whether this story of his, of our future success, is true.
Very wise of you, madam. Then let us see whether your success or failure is writ in the stars. Will Mistress Amelia Lanier find fame and fortune as a writer?
So no negativity this time. All right. To be sensitive to the needs of her child. Her mission will be realized. Not only will she be successful, but will lead to transformative and surprising political changes. Mistress Lanier and her writing partner work well together, and then this one is he's going to steal. Well, I guess I'll go with this one this time then.
It would seem Mr. S.'s confidence is not misplaced, for the stars foretell that if you have faith in your success, you will succeed. And your contribution to the world will reach beyond literature to be of great benefit to society.
So, in order to succeed, I must hold fast to a belief that I will succeed.
Just so, madam.
But what you are asking of me is right illogical, Dr. Forman. Indeed, 'tis an impossibility. How can I maintain a belief that my success is inevitable when you have just informed me that my success is conditional and contingent? As Aristotle teaches us in
Mistress
his...
Lanier, mayhap I have confounded you with the nuances of my astrological reading. All you need know is that the achievement of your goals is very likely. Indeed, 'tis indicated that your collaboration with Mr. S will be a fruitful one. Prithee, madam, look not for bad news among the good.
Aye, mayhap 'tis best I not overthink it, as you say. I thank ye, sir. Good even, Dr. Forman.
Woo! Alright. Okay. That turned out better. Whoop.
Mistress Avis Allen, the love of four.
Avis!
How futile 'tis to fall for another man's wife.
Have you seen the state of the human condition? It is not futile to do so.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you, madam.
What the hell's going on here?
For me? None. None
Oh,
at all.
whoops, I accidentally skipped. Oh well.
Verily. Then I cannot fathom why you...
'Twas my husband who bade me come, for he finds it difficult to speak of... As I say, he had me come in his stead, and I could think of no reason to give him for why I should not come.
I see. Then what is troubling your husband? Madam, I cannot treat a querent without knowing first what his troubles are.
He is unable to perform his marital duties.
I see, and whatever does that mean? Your husband forgets to put out the night soil? Some broken shelving he's neglected to fix? Prithee, madam, I bid you be more precise.
Oh, you know perfectly well what I mean, Simon. I bid you not drag this out any longer. Pray read the stars and let us get this over with.
Oh gee, oh god, oh
wish,
geez,
madam.
oh god, oh geez, oh god, oh geez.
Let us see. What ails Mr. Allen so as to render him unable to
Ooh, thunderstorm.
perform his marital obligations towards Mistress Allen?
Loss of carnal lust. Cold in the heart. It's just the illness will be long-lasting, a disturbance of the mind, mild imbalance. Suffers from a crick in the back. It's causing him pain in the hips, making him perform duties around the house. Carnal lust.
Your husband is suffering from a lack of sanguinity in the brain, which has resulted in a loss of carnal lust. According to my chart, there is little hope of remedy.
Verily, no hope at all?
Nay, I'm afeard not.
Oh, then Mr. Allen is not, cannot be a full husband to me. At least not in the full, true sense of being a husband.
Precisely so.
Okay,
And
is that a
as
thunderstorm
physician,
or something else?
it
Because that
behoves me to
noise has been
observe
lasting
how
a
unnatural
long
and
time.
Lamentable it is that that a wife be so...
Simon, you
neglected.
deserve everything that happens to you in this relationship.
Oh, my darling Avis.
Was doctors against him do make war? Doctors against him do make war. He makes love without a care. 'Tis true, Avis is not his by law. But in love, and war is fair.
All is fair.
But in love and
Whoa.
war is fair.
Last even, 'twas like a dream. Never in my life have I felt so... Oh, my sweet Avis, 'tis true you are married, but surely a love as great as ours can transcend such earthly impediments. Dare I hope for... Nay, 'tis most unlikely. Or is it? Forsooth, there be no harm in asking the stars. Might Avis Allen one day be mine?
Let's find out, bro. Lies with her family. Yeah, I know. You can tell yourself whatever you want. Betrayed her marriage vows. Them is disregard upon her marriage cannot be undone, and her past cannot be erased. Whoops. I may be optimistic for Miss Allen will suffer ill luck and die, so then be free to marry me. I don't see these clearly. If I know the truth about our relationship, I would be presently be seething with jealousy. Avis is cunningly hiding a secret from me. Yeah. Let's be positive.
It says... Avis is one day to be widowed.
Oh,
which will, of course,
convenient.
be very tragical. But
Very
after the
tragical.
grieving is done, we will marry. She will be Mistress Forman. Mistress Avis Forman.
If you are so sure. Thomas Blogg! I know, you can't recommend your own letter. Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. Did a boom.
Lest his wife does him an evil.
What? Moving
Good
on.
day, Dean Blogg. Fare you well?
Most well indeed, and I will tell you why. The conquering cherub has lately returned home to England.
Ah, this being the voyage you did invest in.
Aye, and what a sound investment it was, for it has paid off most handsomely. The cherub's cargo of nutmeg and pepper will fetch a high price indeed. In sooth, as I recall, it was you who advised me on this investment, was it not? I thank ye heartily for it, sir.
I am glad to have been of service, Dean Blogg.
Forsooth, my earnings have enabled me to make a substantial investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World.
Ah, methinks I've heard of this. 'Tis a quest to find the fabled lost city of gold, is it not? Or as the Spanish call it, El Dorado?
The very same. For it is said that El Dorado does lie deep within the rainforests of the southern parts of the New World, hiding vast quantities of gold and precious jewels. Hence, what I would have you tell me is, exactly how rich can I expect to be made from my investment?
I see.
For if I am to be made very rich, I am afeard that news of my fabulous wealth may cause some jealousy among the clergy.
Ah, of course.
News travels fast around the diocese, and I think it wise to get ahead of it if I can.
Then let us consult the stars. What will become of Thomas Blagg's investment in Sir Walter Raleigh's quest to find El Dorado?
Blagg's finances will bring him unhappiness. Blagg's business partners will be met with violence. The extension will account for stubborn, confident, and led by instinct. I believe that is the correct choice. Scott's pessimism and a surprising reversal to save the lives of children. Black will be able to leave his children a legacy of fine things. God rewards exploration. Instinct is the wrong choice. I'm not so sure. I think sometimes you have to make... Because we know El Dorado is going to fail. We know it's going to fail. Go for B. Ah, I see.
I am afeard the expedition is doomed, Dean Blagg, for Raleigh and his men have had their progress impeded. The natives who dwell upon the banks of the Orinoco River are refusing to let their ships pass.
But surely Raleigh's men will defeat them.
It seems they're unable to do so, for the stars indicate that upon spying the faces of the native children, the hearts of Raleigh's men did melt. They are disobeying their orders and refusing to lay waste to the villages for the sake of gold.
Small children can be very beguiling.
Beguiling.
Mayhap we send missionaries to these villages to establish schools. Once taught the Christian virtues of obedience and honesty, the children will doubtless reveal the location of the city
it's just as bad!
Men. I will at once to Lambeth Palace go and discourse upon it with the Archbishop.
The beguiling charms of children.
The symptoms are rare and the questions are quitting.
The symptoms are rare and the questions are quitting.
Yeah, he's definitely a spy of some kind.
Good morrow, sir, and well met.
Indeed, 'tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to the great Dottore Simon Forman.
Aye, and I can see why you are come. Methinks you are not well, signor. The colour of your face is quite alarming.
It is because I am losing the blood. The blood does drain away from my face, way down my body, and out of my...
You are bleeding from your fundament. How much have you been bleeding, and for how long?
Un poco, not too much. It does come and go. Sometimes blood, sometimes no blood. You stop the blood, see?
Stop the blood!
Mayhap I will, but first I must consult the stars to find a diagnosis. What ails Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Let's see. Hemorrhoids, which are swellings of the anus and rectum, blind haircut where it's open, are apt to bleed. Suffers from jaundice. A blockage in Senior has caused color to pool in his head, turning his face yellow. I believe it is jaundice. I believe I chose hemorrhoids last time, and I may have been wrong, but I believe it is jaundice because his face is.
I am afeard you have jaundice, signor. You must be purged of this excess of choler directly. I advise taking a hot bath, into which you must add an ounce of vinegar. Be sure to breathe deeply of the vapours that do arise from it.
But how did you... Molto bene. I will take this bath that you advise. But what of the blood that is coming from out of my nethers?
Oh, worry not over that, signor, for 'tis a most natural and healthsome process. Your body is merely attempting to purge itself of corrupted choleric blood. much the same as does occur in a woman's nethers each month. But a man has what are called hemorrhoids for this purpose.
Are you sure? That is your final answer?
Indeed it is. I do
okay,
assure
so
you,
this
senor,
was the correct
it is
one this
the
time.
very
Ha!
latest medical thinking on the subject of hemorrhoids. Now, you are welcome to procure a second opinion, but I warrant you will find that most doctors in London will tell you the same.
Then Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day, Signor Forman.
Yeah, you're a spy. Probably for the college or whatever.
This woman has a gift for words.
Oh, we get 4 words.
She had riches words, they'd probably be much
Better words.
written by Our Lady.
What is with this? I guess she's a bitch, but you don't have to turn to that, singers.
Did you see that?
Greek chorus.
See what, madam?
Your querent, Signor Ferraro, scuttling away from me like a frighted rabbit. What have I ever done to upset the man? All I did was wish him buongiorno as I passed him at the door.
Verily, Signor Ferraro's behaviour does sound full strange. But let us not think of him, but of the matter that brings you hither, Mistress Lanier. How do you fare?
I fare most well, in the main. For you spoke true when you said my collaboration with Mr. S would be fruitful. 'Tis going exceeding well. Verily, Dr. Forman, I would be right content with my lot at present if it were not for the trouble I am come about this day.
Pray, tell me of this trouble, madam.
I am being prowled. Oftentimes in the night I see him following me home. One time,
Alright, this one I need to tell her it's
I
Mr.
would
S.
have you tell me who this prowling man might be.
A prowler? How very worrisome. Can you describe this man to me?
Nay, for 'tis always at night that I spy him, and I have always been too frighted for my eyes to linger upon him very long.
Then let us see what light the stars can shed upon the identity of this man who hides himself in darkness. Who is the man prowling Mistress Lanier?
Prowler's violent husband. Oh, jeez. Prowler hopes for a reversal of the ill luck he has had with Mistress Lanier. He harbors a misguided hope that she will perform her wifely duties and resume intimate relations with him. No. Suffering mental confusion owing to her religious beliefs, she also harbors an unjust level of mistrust towards prospective romantic partners. That's just mean. Prowler is a man of authority and master of wit. Mr. Lanier considers him a friend. Prowler harbors undeclared feelings. So, yes, we gotta tell her it's Shakespeare this time. Because I believe it pays off later to tell her that it's Shakespeare.
The stars suggest that your prowler is a man with a talent for wit. A man who secretly harbors amorous feelings towards you. Does that sound like anyone you know, madam?
Dr. Forman, I find your question most illogical. I cannot know of a man who harbours secret feelings for me, for indeed, if I were to know of them, the feelings would not be secret.
Yes, well, let me put it another way.
Bitch!
Your friend, Mr. S, is the keen-witted man who furtively admires you. He is your prowler, madam.
Mr. S is my prowler, you say? I bid you, sir, check the stars again.
Is it not the most likely explanation, though, madam?
I assure you there is nothing likely about the unique relationship betwixt me and Mr. S. Indeed, he has too much respect for my literary mind to use me so ill.
And the last check with her
His
always
is
ends
a
at a
noble
negative. Gotcha.
intellect that allows him to soar above
So
the
you gotta
baser
make it to
instincts of
100 before her last one.
lesser men.
Gotcha.
Now, if you will not judge the stars again for me, I will bid you good day, Dr. Forman.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I lose on this one, but it pays off in the end. Wow. Oh.
Hear ye, hear ye! Sir Walter Raleigh fails to find legendary Treasure City.
Ah, I knew
Rumours
it!
say next Raleigh voyage is to Pot of Gold at End of Rainbow. Hear ye!
Reports have lately come in that Sir Walter Raleigh's expedition to the New World in search of El Dorado has been a cluster fail. Despite Raleigh's assurances to the Queen that he returned with gold raided from the legendary city, it is said that Raleigh's ship brings back naught but potatoes. Experts predict Her Majesty's reaction to be somewhat testy. Oh, God. Sympathy. Others' health. Born of wealth. Kind-hearted.
Good day to you, Mistress Sharp.
Good day, Dr. Forman. But I am Mistress Delamere now.
Mistress Delamere? But as I recall from my case notes... let me see now. 'Twas 3 years past. Aye, were you not hoping to marry a man named George Middleton?
Oh, yes. I did marry Mr. Middleton.
Ah, so you
Although
still
I did
married.
tell my family what you said about his condition of the heart, they quite insisted that I marry him. And truly, they were full wrong to do so, for just as you predicted, Mr. Middleton did verily die of his cardiac passion.
Oh.
Mere months after we were wed.
So soon? How very tragical.
I blame the Scotsman who took to playing his bagpipes below our bedroom window at odd hours of the day and night. Such a bothersome man. Betwixt him and the vipers Mr. Middleton discovered one morning nesting in his undergarments, I fear 'twas all too much for his poor, weak heart.
Whoa, yikes.
There, my dear lady. How distressing your late husband's death must have been for you.
Aye, indeed, Dr. Forman, so much so that my friends urged me to marry again, lest I die of grief. But now that I am once more a wife, I would not wish to be widowed anew, and John Delamere, my present husband, is also an older man. Dr. Forman, you must tell me whether there be any illness he has, whether there be anything I might do to save my dear sweet husband from an early death.
Then let us see what the stars have to say.
Yep, this character is definitely
Mr. John Delamere
the
troubled with any condition that may cause him to die?
this is definitely either the actual person, you know, gussied up for the game, or a stand-in for the person who they would ruin Simon Forman's reputation with. All right, let's see here. No, we did that last time. Been bewitched! That doesn't work. Well, Quincy, a condition characterized by soreness in the throat. I believe I chose this last time.
Your husband suffers from quinsy, madam.
Oh, you mean to say he has a sore throat?
'Tis a trifle graver than that, madam, but to be sure, quinsy is not fatal. To hasten your Mr. Delamere's recovery, there is a most effective treatment that you may wish to try. A moment, prithee, madam, while I consult my medical handbook. Yes. To treat quinsy, stroke the patient's swollen throat with the hand of a fresh corpse.
I am to find a dead man's hand and use it to stroke my husband's neck.
Aye. I do not usually offer this treatment myself, so
Why
I will
would
direct
this
you to a
ever
specialist,
have been a treatment?
Jack Stiles, the hangman at Tyburn. Tell Mr. Stiles that Dr. Simon Forman sent you, and he will give you a fair price for a few minutes with one of the corpses.
I will be sure to. And that is all. My husband has no grave condition that threatens his life.
Nay, madam. Aside from the quinsy, your husband appears to be in very fine health.
By my troth, how wondrous. I thank ye heartily for your reassurance, Dr. Forman. Good day.
All right. A plus 10. Small, but probably useful. Oh! Entertain! Whoops. boy, it sucks to be you, apparently.
Good morrow, Mistress Fortescue. How may I help you this day?
I did lately experience feelings of a most strange and disturbing nature, for which I desire an explanation.
Oh.
I see. Prithee describe these feelings to me, madam. When did they occur?
Last eve, at a dinner party hosted by my dear friend Mistress Emma Delamere. All was well at first, but soon after my arrival I was stricken with a kind of madness.
Madness, you say?
Yes, moments during which I found myself overcome with feelings of mirth, laughing most immoderately at the dullest of remarks made by other guests. At other times I felt an unnatural fascination with the shape of the candelabra in the table's centrepiece. And all the while I was so ravenous with hunger, I quite absent-mindedly ate all the sweetmeats at my end of the table. I fear my rapaciousness did not escape the notice of guests seated beside me.
Stop doing that, Jane.
Such an
Thank you.
immoderate appetite is out of
damn
character for you, I take it. It could not have merely been occasioned by anxious passions?
Why, nay, Dr. Forman. Forsooth, I ought to have been very calm last eve, for I did spend the afternoon inhaling the fumes of an aromatic oil, a gift from my sweet husband, sent back from his explorations in the Near East. I did mention my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue, before, I think. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh. Oh, Henry and Sir Walter find the oil most relaxing, so he tells me.
Ah, the Mary
Yet you
Jane.
were not so very relaxed last eve, I take it.
No, not in the least. For I fear a capricious spell was cast upon me. Over the course of the evening, I developed the strongest intuition that malignant forces were present in the room, and that I had been bewitched. Could it be true, Dr. Forman? Might a witch have cast a spell on me?
That is something we shall have to ask the stars, madam. Let us see.
Stars!
What was it that afflicted Mistress Sybil Fortescue last eve at dinner?
Melancholy, no. Bewitched, maybe. Nope, smoke inhalation. Here we go! You got high as a kite!
Now, madam, the oil your husband sent you. This was the first time you did inhale its fumes, methinks.
Yes, the shipment of gifts from my husband did only lately arrive.
Ah, then I think we have your answer. I have read some interesting tales of such oils and herbs of the Near East. 'Tis said they occasion certain temperaments, to wit, an excessive sanguinity, which will have caused the immoderate laughter and increased appetite. They can also provoke a narrowing of the mind, which would explain your temporary fascination with the candelabra, and I believe the fumes of this oil may also have been responsible for the notion that you have been bewitched.
And the men of the Near East gain pleasure from this oil? They would render themselves foolish on purpose?
Absolutely!
Indeed. Foreigners have many strange customs and desires that we cannot hope to understand.
How fascinating! I thank you for this explanation, sir. Indeed, 'twill make for a most diverting tale with which to regale guests at my next dinner. God give you good morrow, Dr. Forman.
Bye! Boom! Getting there, baby.
Another consultation.
Oh god, Avies.
One end in bed. Or will Mistress Allen slap him round the head?
We're about to find out.
Ah, good day, Mistress Allen. What brings you this day? Oh, dear lady, you tremble like a leaf on an autumn day.
Aye, for I am most affrighted. But Mr. Allen says he thinks I worry over naught. So I am come to you, for methinks you would... Perchance you may help me.
By my troth, Pray tell me of this evil that affrighted you, madam, and I shall do all in my power to protect you from it.
Yes, evil. Oh, indeed, 'tis the very word for it. I have seen a dark figure prowling outside our house in the night, and once I saw him spying through my window. Who is he? What does he want from me? What am I to do?
I see. And you do not recognize his face or any other particulars? The colour of his hair, for instance?
Oh, nay, for 'tis always so dark. But by his silhouette I can tell he is a bony, scrawny little man.
Is he verily? But your husband thinks 'tis naught to worry over, you say?
Aye, he says the man is doubtless naught but a poor travelling tinker who is merely taking shelter in our garden. 'Twould explain why his figure is so slight, to be sure, but what if he is not a tinker? What if his purpose is more sinister?
Aye, indeed. Then let us consult the stars.
Oh, Simon.
Who is the man prowling outside the Allen's house in the night, and what is his purpose?
Must rein in her behavior. Jesus Christ. The Prowler is a mature, intelligent man who is a secret enemy of the Allens. Yeah, I don't think it matters on this one.
The stars suggest the Prowler is a secret foe of your husband. Does Mr. Allen have any gambling debts, perchance?
Old? Methinks I see it now. Ah, 'tis you! The Prowler, 'tis you!
Me? How now, madam? What an outlandish notion.
So you would deny it? That you have prowled and spied upon me these last months?
Prithee, Avis, you've got it all.
I will not have it. I am not a thing to be owned. I'm not one of your prized possessions.
I prithee, madam, put that down. Put it...
Ah!
Fie, madam. That was a priceless...
Whoa, wow.
Priceless Venetian vase.
Ow! God, I need to stop hitting that. I'm so sorry. Robert Devereux.
The streets of London resort with his fame. Robert Devereux, that is his name.
It's his name.
Good day, sir. How may I... By Jupiter! Can it be true? Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, Lord of Her Majesty's Privy Council, a hero of the Battle of Cadiz.
Prithee, calm yourself, Sirrah. Pray, treat me just as you would any other querent.
Of course, as it pleases your lordship. But may I say, what a great privilege it is to... may I offer you a...
You are the man who had some success treating the plague some years past, are you not?
Oh, indeed, my lord. You are very well informed. My strong water did save many a Londoner from a most lamentable death.
Then perchance you might have some cunning cure for me as well, for since I am returned to England upon having resolved that small matter in Spain, I find myself afflicted with the most vexing ailment.
Vexing ailment?
Oh, but your most glorious capture of the Spanish city of Cadiz was no small matter, my lord. All England talks of nothing else. Why, pamphlets recounting your heroic exploits are sold on every street corner in London.
Are you gonna fuck Robert Devereux?
I know nothing of them. My single-handed victory against the King of Spain was but a trifling affair, and the least I could do for my queen and a grateful nation. But I fear vast riches and the hearts of many a Spanish beauty were not the only things I did capture while I was there.
What else did you capture in Spain, my lord? I fear I do not grasp your meaning. If you would kindly show me where upon your body you are...
As you see, this Spanish disease I caught has me oozing a most disagreeable substance.
Oh, jeez.
Methinks I have a fair idea of the nature of your affliction, but I must confirm the judgment with a reading of the stars. Let us see, what disease troubles Robert Lord Devereux, the Earl of Essex?
Oh, Devereux. He's troubled with love. Well, digestion, no. Gonorrhea!
You have gonorrhea, my lord. 'Tis a condition provoked by an increase in intimate activities.
Too much strumpy-humpy, eh? Well, 'tis true that since news of my victory got about, every wench from Suffolk to Shoreditch wants a piece of my action, as it were. And how may this gonorrhea be cured?
The most effective method is lead plate therapy. Usually this requires a man to lie in bed for many hours with a leaden plate positioned upon his privy parts, thus allowing the lead to impart its healing properties to the affected member. But,
healing
of course,
property.
Men such as your lordship have no time to lie around in bed, which is why... Let me just fetch it from my cabinet. Which is why I invented this.
And that is what? Some sort of wonder job, like the ones old men used to wear?
Precisely so, my lord. 'Tis a codpiece that I had a blacksmith fashion out of lead. I invite your lordship to wear it under your breeches so that the lead may remain in contact with your privy member at all times. Indeed, until you are cured.
How very droll this is. Verily, how old-fashioned. I will appear as hung as old King Henry Tudor. Mayhap I just wear it in my chambers.
Good day, and please come again. If you need anything at all, I am at your service.
Whoa! Whoa! Cool. Don't do that. That's creepy. Let's not get incelly here. Calm down.
Avis, I did not expect to see you this evening. Do you bring news?
Aye, some very good news. At least if you confirm it for me. Methinks I am with child.
Ah, how very wondrous. And, have you any idea of who might...
Aye, verily, with child. But I dare not to. Forsooth, what if it be naught but false hope?
Then let us ask the stars without delay. Is Mistress Avis Allen verily with child?
Oh boy. Oh god. Evil angels are confusing. Then in a few months it will become clear that she is not without child. It's aging. Family thinks she is lazy. She feel optimistic. What? Oh Jesus. So the child but will die, for she will experience some sudden bad luck. Oh god. God, these both suck. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. It's not a good relationship. It's a very unhealthy one. Close. There we go.
The stars confirm that you are indeed with child. And that the father is...
Oh, joy! Simon, is it not wondrous? You and I are to be blessed.
Hold. I am not finished. The stars also reveal the identity of the father.
There is no need to read the stars for that, for surely 'tis obvious that you...
Prithee, admit it. You have been coupling with my manservant, William.
Why, you... I warrant the stars say nothing of the sort.
See here, in my chart. 'Tis plain as day. In the house of children, alongside Venus, there is the planet Mars. Who else but William could that be?
But such scribblings of yours, they mean nothing to me. For all I know, you make up those stories about planets and houses and such. Why, verily, perchance you might draw up a new chart, Simon. One that tells of how the planet Avis is no longer in the House of Forman.
You would mock me, madam? You would make a jest of my... Oh, I see. Leaving now, are you? Then you do so. You leave. I bid you good day.
Huh.
Rich but not satisfied, mayhap you have not...
Ah, Nicholas Mugg.
...for displaying your wealth, by herbs and confections to boost your complexion, and pass idle hours tending to your health.
Good even, sir. Who do I have the pleasure of welcoming to my chambers this day?
Nicholas Muggs, proprietor of Muggs Rugs down on Silver Street.
Ah, the wig makers. You supply wigs to players, do you not? I have heard tell of your fine work from some of my playhouse querents.
I thank ye for your kindness, sir. I do hear you are very skilled at your trade also. For are you not the curer of the plague?
So this is the person who wants me to tell him
I do hope you may cure me
he
as
wants
well.
to hear.
For though I do not think I have the plague, whatever I have is doubtless most grave, no matter what my wife thinks.
And what is it your wife thinks?
It be her mind that I have taken naught but a chilly cold in the head. But 'tis not so, Dr. Forman, for I ache all over. My throat is grown sore, and I cough day and night.
Day and night, you say?
Aye, verily.
I see. Then let us consult the stars. What does ail Nicholas Mugg?
Hypochondria, which is the truth. Cold in the head. Cardiac passion.
I am sorry to confirm that your condition is indeed most grave.
Oh, most grave, you say?
I am afeard so. You have what is known as a cardiac passion, and the stars indicate that it cannot be cured. Henceforth, you must avoid anything that saps the vital spirits. Avoid becoming hot, cold, angry, hungry, or any overexertion in the bedchamber. Any one of these visceral shocks may prove fatal.
I thank you for these instructions, Dr. Forman. Mistress Mugg and I will take great care to abide by them.
Yeah, he wants to hear the worst possible one every single time. Whoop. Ooh.
Robert Lord Devereux's a rising star.
Star.
And debonair he will go far.
Very far.
London greets him with cries of huzzah.
Huzzah! I want him to fuck me.
Good day, my lord. How may I do you service? Would it pertain to some thrilling adventure upon which you may soon be embarking?
Indeed it does. Sir Walter Raleigh and I did recently come across some intelligence concerning a fleet of Spanish ships that will soon be sailing home from the New World, bearing a goodly cargo of gold.
Ooh, a goodly cargo.
Raleigh and I plan to borrow the royal fleet, which we will use to intercept the ships and seize the treasure.
Huzzah! But, borrow the Royal Navy, you say?
Aye, only temporarily, of course. The Queen will hardly know her ships are gone.
Oh!
Indeed, when we return them to her bearing a handsome prize of Spanish gold, she will doubtless forgive our failure to file the correct paperwork and whatnot.
Doubtless. And how may I assist your lordship in this glorious endeavour?
Well, in order to intercept the Spanish fleet, we must know which route it is planning to take. One possibility is that it returns to Spain having retrieved the gold from the New World's southern continent. The other possibility, and this is the one Sir Walter thinks most likely, is that the gold has already been transported by conquistadors from the southern continent up to Havana, and the ships are to fetch it from there.
Then let us see whether the stars can tell us upon which route the treasure ships may be intercepted on their return to Spain from the New World. Will they be sailing from the southern continent or from the Spanish colony of Havana?
Doris should trust his friend Raleigh's instincts? No. Nationals hide a shameful secret that relates to lack of self-control. Women factor into Spaniards' travel plans. The Spanish ships happened upon the gold by conquering and killing its owners. Through the conquering foreign peoples, the King of Spain is establishing a fine cultural legacy of future generations. I believe it is this one. Yes.
The Spanish treasure ships will take a direct route back from the southern continent, from whence the gold was,
found.
For it seems the treasure was, well, discovered by the fleet's own soldiers.
Excellent, excellent. But where are we to intercept them? Pray, give me the precise day, latitude, and longitude.
Certainly, my lord. But divining nautical coordinates is a somewhat lengthy and complex process. If your lordship would kindly return in an hour or so...
Quickly, sir! I have not the time to bide here all day.
Well then, let me see now. Taking into account the position of Jupiter, divide by 3, carry the 1. Yes. The Spanish treasure ships may be intercepted upon the 15th day of October at a latitude of 9 and 40 degrees north and 5 and 20 degrees west, or thereabouts. That said, however, I cannot promise you that...
Excellent. Raleigh and I shall sail to this very spot. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
Oh, Robert Devereux, you should have given me an hour. Oh. Thomas Blake's wife, Alice Blogg.
Do not take Alice for a fool. Alice Blogg, she is no fool.
She is no fool.
Good evening to you, madam. How might I...
Hi. Pray go tell your master, Mr. Forman, that Mistress Alice Blogg is come to see him.
Mistress Blogg. It is I, Dr. Simon Forman, at your service. And what an honour it is to welcome the wife of the Dean of Rochester to my humble practice. To whom do I owe my thanks for having recommended you to my care?
Well, I will not lie. You owe your thanks to nobody. For folk do tell me that you are not a real doctor, but a quack, who does conjure demons and dabbles most unlawfully in the dark arts.
That's not true.
I do assure you, madam, that whatever you may have heard, I am
Nay, do not quibble, sir. If I did seek the counsel of a doctor who has one of those fancy medical degrees, of the kind of high-bred know-it-all who does see fit to judge a woman and vex her most cruelly, I would have gone elsewhere. But, truth be told, I have need of such a man as you, for I have been bewitched.
Bewitched?
By a witch.
Ah, I see.
Yea, a loathsome spell has been cast upon me.
So
it does
not
cause
be
me to
warlocked,
awaken in the morning
but
with a most
bewitched.
terrible pain in my head. A pain so wretched it does have me chundering into my chamber pot.
Pain in the head and involuntary purging. And what leads you to believe your suffering is occasioned by witchcraft?
The timing is most unnatural. My troubles do occur every Saturday morning without fail.
Oh.
I suspect the doings of our new neighbour, the widow McDoon. As well as being Scottish, she does possess several cats.
Oh, God.
Several cats, you say?
One or two of which I may have kicked, and now she has seen fit to take revenge upon me with her dark, foreign magic.
Indeed,
I remember this one.
Scotland is well known for the powerful black witchcraft practiced by its womenfolk. But as compelling as
Scottish
these evidence may
women.
be,
Am I
my
right,
practice
gamers?
does draw upon the latest scientifical arts. To diagnose your condition, I must first perform a rigorous astronomical analysis. So, let us see now, what do the stars say is the cause of your Saturday morning suffering?
No, you are in fact wrong. Ooh. How about Nox? I believe this is the correct one. Appearance? No, not child. I believe, yeah. Noxious food or drink?
Madam, may I delicately inquire as to whether it be the habit of you and your husband to take wine with supper? On Friday evenings, perchance? Drinking a little overmuch on occasion is nothing to be ashamed of. Many of my most respectable querents do find that a fine French claret can be deceptively...
Oh, nay, more's the pity. My husband is a tiresome teetotaler who prefers to spend his evenings writing sermons and counting coin. He hardly ever accompanies me to the tavern on Fridays.
Does he not? Well, in any case, I am much afraid that the ale you do consume upon these tavern visits may be to blame for your affliction. The consumption of strong drink can provoke an excess of black bile, which then does cause the body to purge itself the following day. I do advise you to consider...
Then I am not bewitched. But if that be true, then to poor Molly McDoon I have been most rude and unneighbourly. For shame. I must go to her this hour and apologise. Fare you well, Mr. Forman. I must bid you good day.
Well, at least you recognize that you were being a bitch for no good reason. That's always good. Oh, hey, Mug!
The schemes of big physick to sell you their wares. Their cures do us violence, but they call it science. They mock our beliefs and belittle our fears.
Yeah, you are insane. That is for
well
certain.
met, Mr. Mug. How fare you since our first consultation?
Well, although I do still languish under that most terrible disease of the heart you did diagnose me with, I am pleased to say I have not yet died of it.
Well, that is something to be thankful for, is it not? Indeed, you do look well.
Well? Mayhap I look well now, but 'twill not be for long. I have been poisoned.
Poisoned? By the saints! Who is the author of this foul deed?
My friend George Sprottle, the bookbinder. I did dine with him not 2 hours ago.
Ah, I see. A bout of evil digestion. Pray tell, was there turned meat or some such at table?
Nay, not meat. 'Twas a pie full of cherries.
Cherries?
I had a bite of it afore I knew what I was eating.
Cherries, you say?
Aye, cherries. And this after I took particular care to give Mistress Sprottle a list of foods I must not eat. I added cherries to the list when I did hear that the Countess of Devonshire has declared against their noxious qualities.
The Countess of Devonshire, you say? Noxious qualities, indeed. And now your symptoms, Mr. Mugg. Had you any reaction after eating these cherries?
My reaction? Well, I reacted as any man would. I spat them out. And know you what Mr. Sprottle did then, Dr. Forman?
Nay, but pray tell.
He did laugh at me. He even called me a dinner-ralphing fusspot. Fie, I may soon be in the grave, thanks to George. Will he still be laughing then?
Well, let us not speculate, shall we, Mr. Mugg?
Yeah, this is where
let us
Simon
see what these
100%
stars may tell
knows.
us. What ails Nicholas Mugg?
Yeah. Mugg is suffering from cherry poisoning. Yeah.
Aye, it seems you have indeed been poisoned. The cherries have provoked an imbalance of choler. You must take the antidote for cherry poisoning, which is... let me see what I have here in my cabinet. Ah, yes. Saccharum officinarum. Dissolve a pinch of these crystals on your tongue before dinner for a week.
Saccharum?
Saccharum officinarum, more commonly known as sugar.
Sugar, forsooth. I have heard tell of sugar.
Sugar?
It is a rare and fine substance, I do believe, and therefore doubtless most efficacious.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Fapnot? Curious, sir.
William? Ah, there you are. Did Mistress Allen call whilst I was out this day? Nay? You're quite sure about that, are you? Ah, I see. I cannot understand it. Why has Avis not come these past weeks? Does she no longer wish to see me?
It's like you accused her of cheating on you. I have been deprived by my fortune, and I expect to see Avis again soon. Mr. Allen would like to see me is but the legacy of my implantsman returns to the past provoked by... This one!
So, 'tis the madness of my love that keeps Avis away. My jealous passions and accusations have vexed her, mayhap even caused her fright. When she comes to see me again, for she surely will, by and by, I must remember to be kinder to her, to not plague her with my suspicions. And until Avis does return, well, there are other women in the world, are there not?
God damn it, you moron. So I must thank you for resolving the misunderstanding betwixt me and my neighbour, Mr. Smalley McDoom. Advise me that my Saturday morning headaches and chudderings were not caused by a witchcraft, or by a consumption of strong drink. He spoke true, and for that I am grateful. Although if Molly was not then the author of my suffering, she surely is now. I hit it again. For since we are becoming friends, we go together to the tavern every Friday. Your querent Ellis Blog. Damn, she's getting ruder and ruder. No wonder Amelia is so tart. Yeah, when you got this Greek chorus just insulting you everywhere you go.
Good day, Mistress Lanier. Much time has passed since I last saw you. How do you fare?
In truth, not well, Dr. Forman. Not well at all.
Then I am full sorry for it, madam.
Oh, no.
Pray, tell me what manner of ill has befallen you.
First, I must beseech your pardon, sir. For methinks Mr. S. may verily be my prowler after all.
Oh, jeez.
As you did surmise.
Think nothing of it, madam. But what has made you change your mind about him?
I have been publicly humiliated. Mr. S. has been circulating a collection of insulting sonnets about an unnamed dark lady, and all of London thinks this dark lady is me.
Well, your complexion is rather, that is to
I
say...
am described as having foul breath and black wires for hair. Though methinks the very worst line is the one that tells of a gross body rising at the utterance of my name. And I cannot abide illusions, Dr. Forman.
That is fair.
Mr. S wishes to reference bodily levitation and other such cheap stage magic. He would do well to leave my name out of it. My interest is in the dramatic arts, not fairground attractions.
I am not sure that is quite his meaning.
Dr. Forman, you know of Mr. William Shakespeare, then? Do not tell me you have read the sonnets.
Well, I own that I have. But as you did remark, madam, all of London has read them.
Yeah.
Oh, I am undone. My professional reputation is now utterly spoiled. For now, the whole world will look upon me as naught but Mr. Shakespeare's fancy wench. No longer will they judge me on my own merits.
Let us hope it is not as grave as that, madam. Have you discoursed upon the matter with him?
Nay, I dare not confront him about it. For we are almost at an end with our work on a play, and I dare not risk it not being staged.
Then let us see what the stars advise. What may Mistress Lanier do to restore her professional reputation?
Lanier harbors secret thoughts of adultery which relates to her intellect. Okay. Is ignorant of her romantic feelings, and this must be reversed. No. Should abandon her career and revert to her okay, shit. There's not an equal one. Will overshadow. I mean, that's true. Let's find a way to disassociate her name from these sonnets. No. She's confused about her feelings from... What? I mean, sure.
Your only course for saving your reputation is to ignore the affair entirely. Mr. Shakespeare has gone low, hence you must go high. I advise you to be as silent as the grave. Fully said, soonest mended, as they say.
I'm finding myself rather lost among your metaphors, Dr. Forman. It seems you would have me model my behaviour upon that of a mute tinker with an interest in hill climbing.
Well,
Worry not, Dr. Forman. Methinks I know what you were trying to tell me. You would have me be silent on the matter, and mayhap 'twould be for the best, for what would I achieve by speaking my truth to the world? What if I were not to be believed? It would make it worse, for then I would be branded a liar, and men would make jest of it.
Yeah.
Do you see that, Dr. Forman? 'Tis your mute Italian querent, Signor Ferraro. He is staring at us through the window.
Is he? Then doubtless he has come for another consultation.
Then I will take my leave now. Good day, Dr. Forman.
Woo! Yeah! Got it! Nice. Ferraro! Signor Ferraro!
Good day, senor, and well met.
Tis I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great Dottore Simon Forman.
Indeed, I did recognize you, senor. How may I assist you this day?
I am ill. I tell you my problems. First problem, I do make a chandar in the morning. Next problems, my belly does swell and my chest 'tis a most tender to the touch. And now, for the very most terrible of problems. I have the big fears. One moment I do weep, and the next I do curse and gnash my teeth. So, Dottore, you tell what ails me, huh? You wanna make a water into this cup? Un momento, I make a water.
Nay, not in my... prithee, if you please, senor. As with our previous consultations, I shall be judging your illness by reading the stars.
So, you need not of my...
Nay, senor, I have no need of it. Whilst 'tis true that most physicians do spy and sniff their patients' urine, I find this method of piss-pot diagnosis most imprecise.
Oh, hey, thanks for the cheer, bro.
Primitive. 'Tis my belief that if medicine is to advance in this modern age...
There's no way to get a letter from him in my knowledge, so feel free to tell him he's pregnant.
This scientific method. This reading my diagnosis in the stars?
Precisely so. Speaking thereof, perchance we may consult the stars now. What illness troubles Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
Signor Ferraro is troubled by apoplexy, a condition of the brain provoked by a sudden fit. It affects sensory perception, causes swollen neck veins, memory loss, and a gnashing of the teeth. Suffers from mattering in the breast, which is gathering a crust of matter in the chest area, occasioning pain in the breast. Signor Ferraro is with child. I believe it is this one.
Signor, you have been stricken by a condition known as apoplexy. I will have my manservant bleed you from the arm, then apply beaver musk to your nose to induce sneezing, thereby drawing phlegm away from the brain.
But my problems, they are the swollen belly, the chundering, the tenderness, and the big mood. How can it be, this apoplexy?
Apoplexy is an affliction of the brain which can both trick the senses and induce, large moods.
Big mood.
The stars suggest this condition was given you by a witch. A most capricious witch, I warrant, for the condition has tricked your mind into feeling all the symptoms of being with child. And verily, 'tis not possible for you to be with child, signor. Unless, of course, that moustache of yours is naught but a cunning disguise. But I jest, signor. 'Twas not my intention to doubt your manliness.
You jest! A lady who would disguise herself as a man? So silly. I think you see too many plays by Mr. Shakespeare, huh? Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
Dope. God's blood, that was a close shave. Hey, mug! Then turn the page? Okay, there we go.
Pray tell, did the matter with the, cherries resolve itself in the end?
Those sugar crystals you gave me did work wondrous well. Verily, Dr. Forman, methinks you should fashion this medicine into little round pills and sell them by the score. I warrant you would make your fortune.
Yes, if only I could have my querents believe that mere sugar pills were the cure for all their ills, great and small. I would be a very rich man indeed, would I not? And what may I assist you with this day, Mr. Mugg?
I have the spotted fever. I must begin treatment now, or else I
Hold,
will...
sir. The spotted fever is exceeding rare. Why would you think you have such a disease?
Well, sir, not only am I covered all over in red spots, I have lately taken to chundering, such as are the very symptoms listed in the medical book I did read. I am already taking the treatment Mr. Cogan prescribes, but now I require...
You mean to say you have read Thomas Cogan's Haven of Health? Why, that is a most technical book, writ for doctors and medical students. How did you come to be reading it?
My friend George Sprottle did bind a printing of it in his shop. He kindly let me spy some pages afore 'twas sent up to Cambridge. Oh, but Dr. Forman, I forget myself. You have no medical degree, so you doubtless have not read it. Mayhap if I ask George nicely...
Sir, I...
he did himself a WebMD.
Stars and see if they may tell us what ails you.
This guy wants us to tell us what he wants us to tell us. He's a hypochondriac. You see, like, this is the truth right here. Hypochondria, evil digestion, and so he wants me to tell him he has the spotted fever. Turn the page. Thank you.
Indeed suffer from the spotted fever, Mr. Mugg. Now, as to your cure. Aye, it does require some uncommon ingredients that I do not keep here in my chambers at present. A moment, pray, while I write this down. Here, take this recipe to your apothecary and have him make you up a preparation. Take a spoonful each morning until your red spots disappear.
Ooh, ground up horns of a deer. And cinnamon, how very fine. And this red coral from the South Seas.
Aye, verily. Nothing but the finest of cures for my loyal querents.
It is just as well for us that I did consult Mr. Cogan's book, is it not, Dr. Foreman? On my word, my
I'm having
wife
him
was
take
very wrong to
placebos.
I shall tell her you said so. One thing more, if you please, Dr. Foreman, for I feel I must give you warning. A great storm is coming. I feel it in my bones, and my bones do always speak true.
A
You
great
would do well to
storm.
bide indoors at the first sign of wind and rain. God keep you well, Dr. Foreman.
Gah! That storm comment is relevant. We'll keep in mind. Alright, I believe this is actual new content now. Oh, Thomas.
Good morrow, Dean Blogg. How fare you this day?
Well, Dr. Foreman, I must own that I do not fare well. For my recent investments have left me in a rather vexing financial position.
Verily, that is ill to hear.
Aye. Sir Walter Raleigh's quest for El Dorado failed most woefully, just as you predicted. His ships did return loaded with naught but a few sacks of worthless root vegetables. I cannot fathom it. We are Englishmen. We do not eat vegetables.
Aye, a disappointing outcome indeed.
Oh, but that is all by the by. For you will be pleased to know that I put my remaining fortune into a new venture so assured of success that I will make all my money back and more.
Assured, you say?
Yeah, the chorus is
How very
amazing.
Reassuring.
I have invested in an expedition to intercept a fleet of Spanish ships carrying gold back from the New World. For this expedition, Sir Walter Raleigh will be joined by that famous military genius, Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex.
Oh.
So success is virtually guaranteed. There is but one small worry, however.
Ah, only one?
Aye. 'Tis that Raleigh and Essex set sail full 2 months past, but there is yet no tidings of them. Such silence is a trifle vexing. Have they yet captured the Spanish treasure ships? Surely no ill has befallen them.
A most vexing mystery indeed. Let us see whether the stars can tell us what has become of this expedition.
And they're doing great battle even now. Gotcha. Angels will vest their blessings upon Blogg, but you must be patient. Blogg is lazy for dulls. Okay. Violent battles being waged in a foreign clime. God has granted Blogg good intuition. Ood shines benevolent upon Blogg's family fortune. Blogg has been careless with his financial legacy. We're selling the ships in the wrong. I must suffer a reversal of fortune. His position has been endangered by secret information from an untrustworthy authority. Throw shade upon my honor thus. Did it get you the letter of recommendation to lie? I'm just curious. Because I'll do it if it gets me the letter of rec. Whomsive stretch. There we go. Alright.
Wondrous tidings! Your family's fortune is soon to be restored, and you may thank God for it was he that inspired you to invest in such a well-led expedition. Raleigh and Essex have come upon the Spanish treasure fleet, and a violent battle off the coast of Spain is being waged this very hour.
Verily, blessed day!
Woohoo!
O Heavenly Father, I give thanks unto thee for both thy mercy and thy business savvy.
God damn it! Ah!
Why must this wench act so distressed? Mayhap she can't abide a jest. No word of love.
God damn it, you told me to lie! Oh, earlier? Oh well. We'll see if that... Oh, jeez.
Hey, Mistress Lanier. Pray, come in and take comfort by the fire. The wind is fierce and cold this day.
Did you see him this time, Dr. Forman? He did it again. He ran off the moment he saw me.
See who, madam?
Your patient, Signor Ferraro.
Ah, verily? Indeed, I was expecting him to come for a consultation this day. But he changed his mind and ran off, you say. How very mysterious.
Truly, 'tis as if all men are determined to use me ill.
Surely not all men, madam. I, for one, remain most devotedly at your service. My dear lady, I do not need to read the stars to see that something grave has befallen you. Pray, tell me what it is.
Yesterday I did meet with Mr. Shakespeare to discourse upon our new play, which is to open this week at the theatre in Shoreditch. But though I was determined not to confront him about the sonnets he wrote about me...
Oh, you did.
'Twas difficult to hide the heaviness I did feel in his company.
I can well imagine, madam.
So then, well, he remarked upon my dark humour. To wit, he said to me, Emilia, your pretty brow does furrow, so I will kiss it smooth.
And I sense that you did not receive this well?
Probably not.
Indeed, I did not. Forsooth, I was so enraged by this, I reversed my flagon of ale full over his head.
Oh, jeez!
Whereon he rose from his stool, declaring I was the most ungrateful and unworthy wench in all of Christendom, and then he flew out of the tavern like a bat from out the gates of hell.
A most vivid image, and no doubt most apt. Men who work in playhouses are prone to indulging in such melodrama, of course. Why so many ladies care for such men in preference of those employed in solid, stable professions, I shall never understand.
And if only that were all. For this morning I saw a bill advertising our play posted on a wall in my street. It bears his name and not mine.
Verily? Surely not.
That bastard!
Mayhap there has been some error made.
Nay, Dr. Forman, 'tis no error, for I rushed to the theatre to see what was amiss, but I was refused admittance. Indeed, the player who came to the door denied all knowledge of my collaboration on the play. Methinks Mr. Shakespeare is exacting his petty vengeance upon me for rejecting his sly suit by denying me credit for my work. And he means to deal with me by pretending I do not exist, as if I were a ghost. Or is it he who has become the ghost? In truth, I am not yet sure how that metaphor should work.
What monstrous perfidy! Pray tell me what I might do to punish this wretched scribbler. Though I am not adept with a sword, I do have a book that instructs in how to command nefarious spirits.
Oh, prithee, sir, I am come not in search of vengeance, but to seek answers. As you know, I have been ill-treated by my husband, and now I am betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare.
Oof.
Pray, read the stars and answer me this, Dr. Forman. Will I ever be able to trust, even love, a man again?
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. We secretly wishes to commit adultery with a man of high intelligence. Have been unworthy of her confidence. She give in to her true feelings. God remembers spending best time in their friendships with comely women. Oh, God. The relationship between Emily is currently wrought with confusion. Emily's literally life has been destroyed, betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare. He's ignorant of the love she inspires, but her ignorance will be reversed. Oh, God, yeah, that's always... Oh, God, oh, God.
To your question of whether there yet be a man in this world worthy of your trust and affections, forsooth, I have never seen an arrangement of stars that speaks so clearly.
Verily? Then pray tell, what answer does it give?
My dear lady, the answer you seek need not be divined by reading the stars. It may be read in the signs you see before you now. To wit, the answer you seek is right in front of you.
I am afraid I do not follow, Dr. Forman. 'Tis your feather quill, a half-eaten apple, your desk is a little untidy, and I must confess the symbolism in Flemish still-life painting has always quite confounded me. Take a skull, for instance. What sense does a skull make alongside a bowl of... Below. 'Tis clear to me now, your face was always hid in shadow, but 'tis you, Mr. Forman. You are the man who has been prowling me these last months.
Dearest, loveliest Amelia, allow me to profess to you my undying admiration for your which are not insignificant.
God's womb et tu, Dr. Forman. Fie, you of all men to betray me thus. But 'tis true. I now see the answer. For I know now never again to trust a man to guide me. Henceforth, I shall write under my own name, and when there are decisions to be made, I shall take my own counsel and make my own judgments. By the by, methinks I do at last understand that prediction you made for me some years ago, Dr. Forman. The one about how belief is required if I am to succeed. 'Tis a belief I must hold not in the inevitability of my own personal success, but of the successes of the women who will come after me. Farewell, Dr. Forman, and clean your desk. Verily, 'tis quite disgusting.
Well, you know what? Good for you, Amelia. We women will achieve equal treatment even if it takes us 100 years. Well. So I must thank you for diligent care of my husband, Nicholas. Your efforts to disabuse him of his fanciful notions are much appreciated by his family. Please continue to speak true to him, that he may one day come to assist as the peace may restore to our household. Nah. Oh, who the hell are you? This is a new guy right here.
Much does depend, much on his choice of the spouse. He must be well, no matter the cost to love and to have.
Good day to you, young sir, and well met. You are Lancelot Moore of Middlesex, are you not? What an honour it is to welcome a son of the great house of Moore to my humble consulting chambers.
'Tis indeed I, Lancelot Moore. I will own it. But hear this. My family is ignorant of my designs in coming here, and I wish them to remain so. Which is why I come to you, Mr. Forman, for methinks you are not such a man who would ever find himself in the company of a family such as ours.
Ah, well, you may count upon my discretion, Mr. Moore. And what is the matter that brings you this day?
'Tis that my family wish me to marry my wretched cousin Barbara.
And I take it you would not wish to comply?
Nay, I verily would not. Cousin Barbara is a vile little minx. She loves nothing more than to sport with me and play cruel japes. Last Christmas, she even hid a dead mouse in my mince pie.
Goodness! The lady does seem most spirited.
The lady? Oh, pish! Cousin Barbara is hardly a lady, for she is not 14 years of age. It is most unnatural to ask a grown man to wed a child.
Indeed it is. 'Tis my belief that in these enlightened times we should consider...
Verily, Barbara be damned. My heart belongs to a true woman, not a freckled, scrawny slip.
Good luck!
A full-blossomed woman.
A woman, you say?
Aye, Marion, my other cousin.
I see.
Oh.
Ah, Marion. So beguiling are her shapely charms. Oh, to lie, if not to die, in Marion's arms. So soft her lips, so sweet her face. Oh, how I yearn for her embrace.
This makes
me. She hath such passion stirred, a fever rises in But nay, I pray for death and would be martyred if from her I be thus parted. And so you see, you must help me forestall this wretched marriage so that I might wed my sweet cousin Marion. Mr. Forman? Mr.
But you
Forman?
can say
yes, indeed. Let us see what the stars advise. How might Mr. Moore avoid this marriage to his cousin Barbara?
Okay. Moore spreads a rumor of Barbara being sexually active. The marriage plans would be abruptly cancelled. South suggests Barbara is with child. She may not be as chaste as she seems. Oh, God. Appeal to Moore's vanity may induce him to travel abroad. Moore will be able to extract himself from this engagement once he has come of age and has control over his fortune. Moore should betray his family by serving his country. He should go to war. What does Moore interested to tell him about his marriage? Therein lies the key to unraveling this engagement. God's aid will come via cousin Barbara, who is both intelligent and rebellious. Barbara is secretly unhappy about the marriage as well.
It is apparent you do not wish to marry your cousin Barbara, but have you considered whether she wishes to marry you?
Nay, but I cannot think why she would not want to marry me. I am exceeding eligible.
Aye, doubtless you are, Mr. Moore. But do you not think her unkind japes may indicate she harbors some degree of malice towards you?
Mayhap you are right. I did find a toad in my bed Thursday last. 'Tis as if Barbara were possessed by a demon.
Very possibly. And thus possessed, she may be distracted and not wholly aware of your, fine qualities. I advise you to simply bide your time. For the stars suggest she is a cunning maid who plans to thwart the marriage using a method of her own devising.
Verily? Then I will leave it all to Barbara, as you advise. But it shall be on your head if I'm forced to marry her, Mr. Forman.
Alright.
Hear ye, hear ye. Spanish Armada nears English coast. Nation prepares for invasion whilst Queen searches for missing navy. Hear ye.
Oh, no.
Wench be sure to marry, lest ye be branded a witch. If Mary sees you keeping cats and hens to she will snitch. Beware of Mistress Mary Payne, she is a nosy
Fa la 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 la. Oh, Mary Payne.
Blessed even, Dr. Forman.
It's been a while since I've
Mistress
seen
Payne,
you.
what brings you in such weather? 'Tis most dangerous to be about in it.
Oh, it takes more than a little wind and rain to forestall me from doing the Lord's work. Besides, foul weather is naught but God's righteous vengeance upon London for the sinful debauchery of its inhabitants.
Verily? Then I dread to think what northerners get up to of an evening.
Pray heed me carefully.
I'm not
Dr.
British
Forman,
enough to
for 'tis
understand
on
that
a
joke.
most pressing matter that I am come. Doubtless you have heard the news. The Spanish Armada does sail once again towards England's shores. It seems
Oh, yeah,
this
that's
latest
right.
Armada was most unexpected.
Well, as 'tis oft said, no one expects the Spanish Armada.
'Tis very grave this time, for I have heard tell that our own
Yes,
warships
of
are
course.
far away at sea, and with our coasts undefended, a Catholic horde may soon be sailing up the Thames to slay us all.
Aye, our situation is most grave
The
indeed.
Catholic hordes.
But what would you have me tell you, Mistress Payne?
I wish to know whether the English fleet will arrive home in time to defend our shores, or might we ordinary folk be compelled to take up arms to defend ourselves? Dr. Forman, are you ready to beat off the Catholics, come what may?
Am I ready to beat off the... prithee, madam, let us pray the need never arises. Perchance the stars will offer us some reassurance. Will the Royal Naval Fleet return home in time to defend England from the Spanish Armada?
His absence? Yeah, well. Ambitions will be thwarted by confusion. Unpleasant result from a coming plan to steal gold. Must rouse neighbors to take arms. Cannot be trusted. Banished fleet be due to the idleness of their sailors. Whoops. Catholic evil angels will have their plans sorted by a deadly, unpredictable event. I believe this is the correct one because this is what historically happened to the Spanish Armada, if I recall correctly.
We no longer are feared, Mistress Payne. The Spaniards are soon to be thwarted. Although the Armada does near our shores, its progress is slow. For, according to the stars, the sailors are most idle in nature.
Ah, yes, 'tis a trait oft remarked in continentals.
And they will be punished for the sin of sloth, for their lives are soon to be taken by a most deadly event.
Glory be! And what nature of event might this be? How will England achieve this glorious victory? A fierce sea battle won by our mighty warships? A triumphant charge of our cavalry brigades?
Ah, well, England will use her... let me see now. Ah, yes, these southern continentals will be struck down by England's most terrifying weapon of all, our lamentable weather. Batten down your hatches and wrap up warm, Mistress Payne. A violent storm is coming.
Our most lamentable weather. I love that. So I must congratulate you on the sterling counsel you gave me in relation to my horrid cousin Barbara, whom my parents did wish me to marry. As you did predict the wretched little fiend, Dylan contrive a method for ending our engagement. She has run off with the Earl of Shrewsbury. Your relieved Querent, Lancelot Moore, Esquire. Oh, it worked.
Take care, for say, did you hear what the Countess says about peas?
Oh God, not peas! Countless.
Good
Doubtless.
morrow, Mr. Mugg. Back again so soon. And yet your red spots do seem to have faded.
Aye, of the spotted fever I am cured, for, as he remarked, those spots have near vanished and no new ones are appearing. But my wife does swear they were the worst.
You like Nicholas
She
Mugg?
beat the rugs and banished the dogs from the house to rid us of them. She'll be beating and banishing me next if she has her way.
Well, I am glad to hear you are faring better. What brings you this day?
I have a humoral imbalance and need treating for it.
A humoral imbalance, you say? Well, 'tis true that an imbalance of humours can affect a man's mood. For instance, an excess of black bile, which is a cold, dry humour, can provoke feelings of melancholy, whereas yellow bile
is hot and dry. I thank ye for the explanation, Dr. Forman, but I did learn all about humours when I took supper with my friend, Mistress Ollingworth. She has a humoral imbalance and takes medicine for it. Hence, I am come this day for medicine to treat my own imbalance.
I see. And what mental symptoms are you experiencing? Any unusual or troubling feelings?
Aye, very troubling. Why, I find myself a-fretting and a-pacing all the day long. Even my wife has remarked upon it.
Anxiety and agitation. Pray tell, did these feelings begin before or after you spoke with your friend, Mistress Ollingworth?
Let me see now. After, methinks. Aye, after.
I see.
Does that matter?
Yes, quite possibly. But let us see what these stars do have to say. What humoral imbalance does ail my querent, Nicholas Mugg?
Mugg suffering from constipation and a related psychological condition. Mugg is mildly choleric. Well, I mean, that seems, yes.
Have you a diagnosis yet? This day I am to dine with Mistress Ollingworth, and I wish to tell her all about it.
Aye, 'tis done. You have a choleric temperament, brought on by a minor imbalance of yellow bile. It does oft induce feelings of irritability and impatience in the sufferer, and in severe cases, it can provoke outbursts of anger.
How very interesting.
We must counter the excess of this hot, dry humour with wet and cooling elements.
Your stream title is still in the B title, apparently. Oh God, it is! Fuck.
Then you must drink the infusion once it is cool.
Oh well, give me a second.
Thank ye for this medicine, Dr. Forman. But may I trouble you for twice the dose of it? For if the symptoms be what you say, I think my wife had best be taking it as well.
Alright, give me 1 second. Okay. Well, shoot. I can't believe well, it doesn't super matter, but let me fix it real quick. No, there we go. Fix and yep. Whoop. And a Astrologaster indeed. Oh, I forgot to submit my Okay, there we go. Alright, well, a lot of forgetfulness today. And that's okay. Okay, there we go. Update. Information should be updated. Alright. Drag to the left. Guerrant did present with symptoms of a troubled mind. Blah, blah, blah. Got that letter wreck. There it is.
Hear ye, hear ye. Spanish Armada sunk by English storm. Hear ye.
Wow. Before looting corpses that have washed ashore. Hey, Lancelot. Whoops. Hold on, I'm curious. Received. So, 1, 2. There's 3 more characters. Goodness gracious. Oh, got him.
Oh, Sirrah. I have dire need of your counsel.
Pray calm yourself, sir, and tell me of this urgent affair.
Oh, verily, 'tis most urgent. A fair maiden has my heart, a maid with hair of shining gold and eyes so blue the finest sapphires grow pale with envy. But she is a most pious and demure in nature, and has many other suitors. How might I win her favor?
Golden hair? But in our last consultation, let me see here in my notes. Yes, you told me your heart belonged to a maid with hair of onyx black that doth make the finest ebony go grey with envy.
You mean my cousin Marion? Pish! That was naught but a childish fancy. I bid you, Forman,
this guy.
pray focus on the matter at hand. For if you do not help me win my true love's favour, my bursting heart will tear asunder. My soul will wither unto...
Aye, as you will. Let us see what guidance can be had from the stars. How may Lancelot Moore win the heart of this golden-haired maiden?
Sudden religious conversion is strongly advised. Moore's hopes will be realized, but he must be self-disciplined and patient. That's not what he wants. The maid's secret nature is hidden beneath the veil of false religious fervor. I fear that Moore has a brutish nature. Moore may win the lady's hand in marriage with jewelry and fine things. Okay. The maid's father has a deceitful business partner. Moore should lie about the size of his fortune. A trifling task for such an oversauced peacockle. I think I'm going to want to choose this one. Do you want your help with this one or not? I mean, I'm perfectly fine with you helping me. I'm perfectly fine with you helping me. Like, I don't mind anybody helping. But I think I'm going to go with this one. Because you picked A. Interesting. You know what? A might be better, yeah.
It would seem the lady is a modest and pious maid. for the stars urge you to exercise patience and restraint. Although your rivals be fierce, your sword must remain in its sheath, if you take my meaning.
Huh? Keep my sword sheathed? Oh, you think I do verily use my sword to fight with? Oh, ye gods, no. The sword I wear is purely ornamental.
Yeah, it would
if
be,
you
wouldn't
paid more attention to the current fashion, you would know that, Forman.
But that is not what I... Oh, never mind. What I mean to say is that your attack on the maid's heart must be spiritual. Have you considered converting to Puritanism? Only temporarily, of course.
God's teeth! The heavens advise me to become a Puritan? In truth, this is ill to hear, for black is not a becoming colour on my person. Still, the stars do speak truth about my love, for she does oft prattle on about sin and hellfire.
That's
Good
true.
day to you, Foreman. I must go at once to my tailor to be fitted for the latest and most loathsome Puritan fashions.
Well, maybe that worked.
Alice Black, she likes a drink. She does care not what you think.
Okay.
And up down the sink. But Alice cares not what you think.
You fucked up his next one?
Good day,
Okay.
Mistress Black. What brings you?
Oh, Dr. Forman, I have worked myself into such a state that I have urgent need of you.
Oh, you have you? Well then, let me just,
Yea, I have urgent need of your counsel. I am certain that my husband Blarg is hiding a shameful secret from me. As you doubtless did note from my flushedness of face and heaving of bosom, I burn with the fever of suspicion and curiosity.
Oh dear.
Indeed, I did remark a fever upon your person, and wish fervently that I may bring it to a speedy resolution. Let us see. What is this secret that your husband Thomas Blarg hides from you?
Here's the Alice's to inherit wealth one day. Alice's husband serves his wife and family well through his frugal man. That's definitely not true. I see. Intelligence authority. Yeah, verily, Alice, oppressed by my authority intelligence. Oh, God. So your relation relates to sudden transformation in fortune. Certainly refers to the Spanish treasure expedition Alice's husband invested in. We write to reveal what I know to Alice. Alice's husband has been carefully optimistic with his family's finances. Alice's husband business things are, well, that's true. A religious romance? What? Well, yeah, this one, I suppose.
I fear the secret your husband hides is a sudden transformation from wealth to pauperdom. For he has been careless with your family's finances by making a series of bad business investments.
Lawks a mercy! That boil-brained chump has ruined us! Upon my virtue, I can hardly bear to think on it. Nay, I cannot even. Say, is that medicinal wine I spy on the shelf behind you, good sir? Prithee, pour your patient a dose of it. Simon makes a fine figure when he reads the stars wisely. Mayhap I stay a while and take wine and a little else with him.
Oh, God, no! This ain't gonna work out. Apparently. Well, not Amelia. Amelia didn't want him.
Good day, Mistress Delamere.
Good day, Dr. Forman. 'Tis Lady Dia now.
Oh, dear.
I remarried after poor Mr. Delamere passed.
Verily? Oh, I am full sorry to hear of your husband's demise, my lady.
In truth, the circumstances of his death trouble me still, for my husband was hanged.
Hanged!
By the
Hanged.
saints, he was?
Aye, indeed, For I took him to the hangings at Tyburn, as you advised, to cure his quinsy with the hand of a fresh corpse. But there was some confusion with our transport, and my husband somehow found himself in the same cart as the men who were to be hanged. And try as we might, we could not make the hangman heed our protestations. Oh.
On my word, I did never hear of so tragical an error. Oh, what a ghastly business. You must have been most distressed.
Yes, I was. So I hope you will understand why I worry for the health of my new husband, Lord Dyer. Mayhap 'tis naught at all, and yet...
And yet you would wish to know so that you may rest easier. Why, of course, my lady. Pray, describe Lord Dyer's troubles to me, no matter how trifling they may seem to you.
Well, I have noted that my husband awakens many times in the night to make water. Mayhap 'tis the reason why he tires so easily during the day. And he doesn't complain of thirst and hunger, even after meals.
Oh no, this one, Nick, is 100%
be there anything else?
A gold-digging Black Widow.
It does not appear grave, yet it has not healed, even though it be some weeks since he cut himself.
A wound that will not heal. Then let us see what the stars have to say. Be there any grave illness troubling Mr. John Delamere?
Methinks you mean Lord Henry Dyer, Dr. Forman.
I beseech your pardon, my lady. What illness troubles Lord Henry Dyer?
He's got the beatus. Has gangrene in the hand. Could it inflammation caused by corrupt blood? Probably not. Lord Dyer has been bewitched? No. Lord Dyer is troubled with the diabetes. Oh. You know what, actually?
It seemed Lord Dyer suffers from the diabetes.
I know.
A grave case of it, I am afeard.
God mend me. Then how am I to keep my husband from dying of it?
Well, the consumption of lettuce seeds and barley water can help, and you must not allow him to take honey or sweetmeats. In truth, I am a little concerned about the wound on his lordship's hand, though it be minor. 'Tis the diabetes that prevents it from healing.
Oh, then what should be done about it?
Take Lord Dyer to a barber surgeon, where he may have leeches applied to his wound. This will draw out the corrupt blood to hasten the healing. But prithee, be sure that your husband never cuts himself again. For the corruption of blood such cuts occasion in a sufferer of the diabetes, well, they oftentimes prove fatal.
Oh, then I shall do precisely as you advised, Dr. Forman. I thank ye heartily, sir. Good day.
Oh God. Oh fuck. Ah, it's so close it hurts. Who is it now? Hello? Oh, Avis!
She must love fallen still, else would she have come here. Mayhap she's gravely ill.
Good day, Mistress Allen. I hear a child was lately born to you. I trust he is well?
Yes, indeed. God has favoured us with a healthy boy. He is a true blessing to Mr. Allen and me. And we pray he remains so. That is, that this child remains in good health. And as I do ail of something, normally I would not have come, but methinks 'tis best I am treated, for the sake of Marmaduke, lest he take ill from me.
I see. Then pray describe your troubles to me, Mistress Allen.
Well, in truth, 'tis but a cough, but indeed at first I thought 'twas naught but a chilly cold, but 'tis many weeks now, and it lingers still.
Uh-oh.
Forsooth, I am afeard it does grow worse.
This makes you sad? Oh no. Oh no.
That is most concerning. Let us see what the stars have to say. What ails Mistress Avis Allen, and how may she be cured?
The mattering of the breasts. Mild imbalance of yellow bile. Okay. Bewitched. No.
Before I complete my judgment, madam, I must ask a question of, medical relevance. Who is the true father of your...
God mend me, Simon! You would plague me with your suspicious fancies even now, in my very hour of need.
Oh, dear.
Have you no thought for my son and my... I am full sick of your jealous delusions. Oh, verily, I should never have come. I will bid ye good day now, Simon.
But would you not wish to know what ails you?
Indeed, I would. Which is why I will be finding myself another doctor.
Oh. Well. Hello, Ferraro. Yeah, you're gonna be right on the border, aren't you? I believe this is our last consultation with you.
Good day, Signor Ferraro. How may I do you service?
How may you do me service, huh? 'Tis a question, is it not? I do hear you offer many different services, huh? Not just in medicine, for you are a dottore of a special kind. One who gives answers to all the problems, see?
Forsooth, 'tis true, Signor. In my practice, I endeavor to treat the whole man. Mind, body, soul, the location of his missing household items. All are connected at a holistic level. I take it this time you are come about a problem that does not pertain to a bodily complaint?
See, this is my mama. She does worry night and day. She say, Ricardo, you must go to the wise man who reads the stars and have him tell you what your future holds. I say, Mama, if it'll make you happy, I will go to Simon Forman and ask him.
I see. And is there any particular reason for your mother to be thus concerned? Be you faced with some kind of imminent danger?
A particular reason, you say? Nay, signor, she needs no reason to worry. Mia madre is an Italian mama.
Ah, yes, of course.
You see now, huh? She is not like these London mamas who make the children live in a cupboard with the dog.
Well, then, mayhap the stars might offer your devoted mother some comfort. What does the future hold for Ricardo Ferraro and his mother?
Is not being honest and soon as deceptions may be discovered. He's about to undergo a sudden transformation. Is an authority figure who has a position of responsibility at a learned institution. Young man who's in a relationship is hypocrite and will betray me. For one day inherit an agreeable son from his mother. I don't think any of these matter in this case.
I am afeard these stars reveal information of a most disturbing nature.
Verily?
Aye. When you first came to me, you did tell me that you worked in trade. And yet my chart very plainly indicates that you are an authority figure, connected with a learned institution over which you hold a position of responsibility. Indeed, it would seem that you are not who you say you are. Do you deny it, Signor?
Oh, Sirrah! You would accuse me of calling myself something I am not? Look at you, Sirrah, a charlatan who would call himself a doctor. You are naught but a pretender.
Fie, sir. It is you who are the pretender. For 'tis clear you are not the merchant of Venice you pretend to be. Who are you? What is your true name, sir?
You will know it in time, Sirrah, for we shall meet again. I bid you good day, Dr. Forman.
I knew it! I knew it. Oh no! Sir, it is with most sorrow that I write to inform you of the death of my dear wife Avis these 2 days past. The new doctor could not save her, even though he held a medical license and was thus highly skilled. Though you are no longer my wife's doctor, I am grateful for the kindness you have shown Avis over the years, and I know she was too. Indeed, she spoke of you in a final word, saying, "Oh, Simon, forgive me, Simon," or something of the like. Doubtless this expression of guilt was in reference to a bill for your services that she had not yet settled. How like my poor wife to have been thinking of her obligations to others until her very last breath. I enclose with this missive the sum of 1 shilling and beg your forgiveness for late payment. Your most assured friend, William Allen. Oh, man. That's sad, man.
For you and Davy shed good years. Waste no more hours on earth and shame. 'Tis time to find someone to.
It was you, Dip.
But why did you not let me save you, Avis? Why did you entrust your precious life to another doctor? An ignorant impostor who knows not how to read the stars to judge an illness. Oh, my beloved Avis. Why did you die before I had the chance to?
Causes tragedy by being aggressive and careless. Yes. God has punished me for not being more pleasant. Yes. Lies and rumors provoked anxious past. No. Avis lavished such attention to care on a child she neglected. No. Is it with the fault with a medical degree? It's this one. It's this one. It's this one. Dip.
So 'twas I. I am to blame for Avis's death. If only I had not driven away with my ill-tempered, unkind accusations. Would that I had turned my thoughts to her illness and away from my own selfish needs. How will she ever? How will I ever forgive myself?
You deserve to feel this way, you dip.
When you are shook by something in a book where it says that you might have some rare malady, see Dr. Forman, be sure to inform him you have it on very good authority.
Authority.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. What brings you?
I am exceeding ill, Dr. Forman. Verily I am.
Oh,
And
I'm
know
sure
my
you
wife.
are.
She is refusing to hear anything about it. 'Tis but another of your delusions, Nicholas, she says. She will not even look at it.
Look at what? Oh, I see. You may pull up your breeches now. Pray let me examine you more closely. Raise your chin, if you please. Now, loosen your garter and remove your stocking. I am afeard this verily is grave. Most grave indeed.
Oh dear.
Verily?
I believe so. But we must have it confirmed by the stars. Let us consult them now. What explains these swellings that have arisen on various parts of Nicholas Mugg's body?
Let's find out. I have pustulous swellings on my body. What ails me? A disease character of swelling and boils behind the ears and in the groin. Bugus scrofula. Disease character of swelling nodules on the lymph nodes and behind the knees. Oh dearie dear. Well, it doesn't. I don't think it matters in this particular case. I'll go with the plague because I treated that before.
You are gravely ill with the plague. It is oft fatal, but you are in good hands. For during the Great Plague of '92, I was able to save many a soul from the grave with my famous strong water. A moment, if you please, while I retrieve it from my cabinet. But, sir, unhand it, sir. The dosage is very precise. You must not... nay, not the whole bottle. Ye gods, man, what have you done?
Methinks I am dying.
Oh, woe. A fatal dose.
Oh, he killed himself.
Alas, I am sorry for it, sir, but you were never meant to drink so much of it. Oh, may God forgive me.
Nay, do not blame yourself, Doctor. Thank ye heartily, for at last all shall know, my wife, my friends, how wrong they were, and how I did speak true.
William! William! Oh, curse it, where is that feckless manservant of mine? William! Go forth and fetch the vicar!
Yeah. Yep, there goes Nicholas Mugg.
Mr. Forman, you have been called before this assembly of the College of Physicians to answer the charge of practicing medicine without a medical license.
Oh, no.
What have you to say in your defense? Would you deny practicing medicine, sir?
Why, no. I would not deny it. My practice is well known. Indeed, since I helped cure the plague of 92 with my strong water...
Then you admit you have committed this most grievous offence.
Ah. Well, 'tis true I'm not technically licensed, but I fail to see how...
You fail to see? Then permit me to enlighten you, sir. A medical license assures the residents of London that a physician has the necessary education and skill to treat them. By practicing without qualification, you have not only broken the law, you have endangered the lives of your patients. Indeed, we have received reports that a man by the name of Nicholas Mugg, a wig maker of Silver Street, has lately died under your care.
Aye, well, that was most lamentable, but not my fault, sir. Mr. Mugg took a far greater dose of my strong water than I advised him to. He chose the dosage himself. In truth, one might say that the cause of death in this instance was, well, Nicholas Mugg practicing without a medical license.
Silence, Mr. Forman! Impudent japery may well be suffered by your patients, but it will not be tolerated here.
I do apologize, Mr. Smith.
Besides the death of this patient, we have gathered ample evidence of your malpractice, Mr. Forman. Indeed, we have had this illegal operation of yours under observation for quite some time.
'Twas you! Riccardo Ferraro, the merchant from Venice. All along he was you, Richard Smith, the Queen's royal physician. Then I take it, Mr. Smith, you were unsatisfied with the medical care I gave you?
Sir, we are well aware of your occult practices. What you so boldly call medical care was naught but advice conjured up by means of dark magic. You have no understanding of physick or astrology.
But my knowledge of both physick and astrology is unparalleled.
If that is so, then doubtless you will happily submit to having your knowledge examined before this assembly.
Yeah, I can do that. Which planet or star represents authority? Well, the sun, obviously. Men are from Mars, women are from... That's not astrology. Phlegm is... Oh god, phlegm is cold and moist. Scorpio.
Silence! Simon Forman, it is apparent your answers were given to you by demon spirits that you have been communing with under the table. Constable,
what?
Shackle this man and take him from hence to jail.
But, sir, this is most unjust. Pray afford me the chance to... unhand me, you rogue.
Uh-oh. So I'm happy to inform you that I've been secured release from jail by way of my friendship with Mr. Smout Smith, wife of the President of the College of Physicians. We have contrived to have her husband believe that you have enjoyed the favour of John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and the Archbishop plans to grant you a medical licence. Whilst you'll be freed this day, our ruse will not hold for long, for Maud says the college intends to write to the Archbishop to warn him that you are a charlatan, and to urge him to not grant you a licence. Oh boy, so we gotta hurry. We gotta hurry! Good for Alice.
Good day, Mistress Blagg. Before we start, I must thank you for having used your influence to help me resolve my recent difficulties.
Say nothing of it. Those doctors and their College of Physicians. Naught but a band of pisspot sniffing bullies, so they are. Besides, I needed you out of prison so that you might read the stars for me.
I see. And what would you have me advise you on?
What know you of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Not much, in truth. But I did attend the Easter service at St. Paul's. I found the bishop's sermon on the virtues of chastity and abstinence most compelling. Why, you know him well?
Not very well as yet. I was seated beside him at an Episcopal dinner Saturday last. We discoursed a while. Bishop Bancroft is a most charming man. There was a moment when we did both reach for the brandy decanter. Our eyes met and I felt something.
'Twas a spark between you and the bishop? You felt a certain frisson in the air?
Frisson?
Nay, I felt a certain hand up my skirts, more like.
His Grace put his hand up your skirts. Madam, may I say how...
Save your congratulations, Foreman. The bishop's not in the bag yet. Hence why I am come to you. Now that I have piqued his interest, I would have the stars tell me how to secure it.
Oh.
Ah. Then you wish to pursue an amorous affair with Bishop Bancroft. But what of your husband, Dean Blagg?
Oh, do not speak to me of my husband. Thomas Blagg is not fit to secure his wife's future. He is not fit for many of his marital duties, truth be told. But you did warn me of Blagg's financial ruin, and for that I am grateful.
Oh, hey!
Forsooth, I am glad I was able to be of service to you, Mistress Blagg.
Speaking of such, let us press on with this day's readings, if you please.
Of course. Let us consult the stars. How may Mistress Blagg secure the lasting affections of Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Whoa! Oh. Okay. Alice being careless with her husband's legacy. Engaging in sin would go against Alice's Christian instincts. Possibly. Alice changes her approach and exercises constraint. Good angels will aid her in her plans. Alice's chance for romantic success will be enhanced if she adopts a quieter, more manner. Oh, absolutely. This is absolutely not. A responsible thing to do would be to tell Alice some hard truth and afford her some perspective. Probably not. She committed adultery at the bishop while he is away from home. Oh, God. Alice should lie with the bishop by telling him... Oh, goodness. Groosh. Well, knowing Alice, gotta play to the characters.
Ah, the stars suggest a most ingenious plan for ensnaring the bishop, Mistress Blagg.
Oh, verily?
Aye, 'tis most cunning. First, you must offer him your tender favours.
Right.
And then, several weeks following this encounter, you must go to him and tell him you are with child. If the bishop be a man of sentiment, the news will doubtless make him feel bound to you.
I own that such a ruse could work. 'Tis hardly ingenious, though, is it? Half the mothers in London give their daughters such advice.
Do they indeed? Well, there is more. The stars suggest you will find occasion for such an encounter while the bishop is away from home on business. Mayhap you arrange a discreet assignation for his next visit to the Archbishop's palace in Lambeth.
On my honour, that is not a bad idea. In sooth, I think it may do very well. For, as 'tis oft said, that which does occur at Lambeth Palace does bide at Lambeth Palace.
Oh, is that what they say?
How very intriguing. Pray tell me of these goings-on at Lambeth Palace.
LeMayo, you horn dog. Okay. Oh, this dick. Oh, sure.
Lacking in mind, fulsome in fashion.
This is true.
Always true, calls him chance. He yet persists in chasing the scat.
Okay.
Good day, sir, and well met. Oh, pray tell, did you secure the hand of the golden-haired maiden?
Yeah, verily I did. My religious conversion to Puritanism did work wondrous well to win her favour.
Oh.
Then my advice was sound.
Aye, after I told her that I thought the Queen dresses like a strumpet, the Pope is the demon son of Satan, and that Will Shakespeare and his players should be driven into the Thames to drown, she became convinced of the purity of my soul.
Incredible.
I was made the happiest of men.
Then I must congratulate you on your forthcoming nuptials. Will you be having a summer wedding, or...?
Congratulate me? Do not congratulate me, Foreman, for I am the unhappiest of men.
Oh, no.
It was but a day after our engagement was announced that my love became afflicted with the smallpox.
Oh, no.
Naturally, I was all a terror. Would she perish? So wretched was I with fear, I almost died of fright.
Aye, naturally. Smallpox is a most terrible disease.
Awful.
I intend to write a small treatise on the subject.
But then, alas, fate struck the cruelest of blows upon my soul.
Oh, no.
Oh, verily. Poor girl. May she rest in peace. Or re-squeeze in pace, as we Latin scholars say.
What? Nay, death would have been a mercy. For once cured, the maid arose from her sickbed bearing hideous scars. Her once fair cheeks, thus so cratered, to make the very moon wane with envy.
I see. And now you wish to extract yourself from your engagement, I presume.
Naturally. But her brother and father are fearsome men with a taste for rough sport, and her mother's tongue is as sharp as a barber's blade. I worry that my breach of promise may be taken ill.
Then let me see if I may fathom the family's reaction from the stars. What will become of breaking your engagement to this once fair, now pox-scarred maid?
Ugh. Morris costs regarding on ladies. The maiden will bear. The maiden's father is being careless with his legacy. Indeed, it is most careless of him to betroth his daughter to such a mump-headed snatch scrapper. It would be intelligent to seek resolution in a foreign country. God's providence is on the way with Neptune and Mar bringing confusion and war. Moore's breach of promise may result in the sudden change of fortune. His death! So you saying, so A is bad. A did not work. So B it is.
The stars suggest you have much to fear from this family. Aye, you must flee England at once. For according to my precise calculations, based on the current alignment of the planets, let me see now. Yes, you will be branded a cock-born, snatch-grabbing knave of the lowest order, who deserves to be disemboweled with a pudding spoon. That is, if I'm not mistaken. And not even God is on your side, for it is his plan that you may be dragged into a foggy-headed confusion so as to render you defenseless against the family's dark intentions.
Oh, dear.
Oh, good sir. You must heed my warning and never show your face in London lest you be set upon most violently.
God's blood! I must flee England's shores and never show my face, you say? But whither shall I go? Hold, I have it. Be it not carnival season in Venice, when citizens do hide their faces behind masks?
Possibly.
Oh, and with such style. I thank you, Forman, for you have been most helpful. I must fly at once to my tailor to be measured for the latest Venetian fashions.
Glad I could help, bro. Thank you! There's a good chance I won't be able to beat this game before I have to go to work today anyway. So, I will probably finish this up on... I'll do a double stream on Tuesday. Finish up Astro, and then do the... if any of you have seen the schedule, I will be doing the Resident Evil Village gameplay demo. So. Because I don't think I'm going to be beating this game soon. Oh, this is John Whitgift, the guy who's actually responsible for getting my medical.
Ho there. Be there anyone at home?
Is it? By the saints, 'tis none other than Archbishop John Whitgift. Your Grace, I am most honoured by this most unexpected visit.
Truly, 'tis most unexpected, as I just so happened to be passing by. Indeed, I was riding by in my carriage when I found myself struck ill.
Ooh.
My chaplain did suggest I take rest at the nearest residence, which did so happen to be this small dwelling. Forsooth, these rooms have the look of a physician's consulting chambers. Mayhap you are a doctor? If that be true, then praise be to God for this happy coincidence.
Oh boy.
A most fortunate coincidence indeed. I am Simon Forman, a doctor of astrology and physick. At your service, Your Grace.
Well then, Dr. Dr. Forman, was it?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Perchance you will tell me what ails me. I feel a kind of pain and heaviness in my side, and I know not if this be related, but my skin has of late become most unattractive in appearance.
Pain in the right side of the body and sallowness of the skin?
Her Majesty did remark upon it most wittily the other day at a meeting of the Privy Council. Your face does serve as a warning to us all, Archbishop.
Her Majesty the Queen. Verily. A moment, if I may, Your Grace, while I consult the stars. What does cause the suffering of His Grace, the Most Reverend John Whitgift, the Archbishop of Canterbury?
That's just suffers from the jaundice? Well, I mean, that would be it, yeah. No, it would be jaundice.
You are afflicted with jaundice, Your Grace. Yellow bile has seeped into your skin, causing it to become yellow-hued in appearance.
'Tis the jaundice, is it? I see.
Pray, have a servant boil this pouch of herbs in water. The liquor is to be injected up the fundament once each day. It should draw the collar away from your skin and into your bowels. William!
Excellent. I will have my chaplain see to it. My. Who do we have here?
Before you take your leave, Your Grace, I would have my manservant William let blood from your right arm.
Indeed. Very well, then.
Oh my God, he's falling in love with...
I might trouble you with a request of my own.
Good day, sir. My chaplain will settle payment with you anon.
Oh. Oh. William Buck, I think he said his man, I wonder how much Forman pays him.
What does it matter if errors he makes? Let others men know the things Essex breaks. Our Lord has much to gain.
Was he successful? That is unfortunately true.
Good day, my lord, and well met. Indeed, methinks I have not seen your lordship since last year, afore you set off with Sir Walter Raleigh to capture those Spanish treasure ships.
Ah, yes. Doubtless you heard what became of that expedition. The town criers called it Raleigh and Essex's gold piracy fail, declaring it the biggest balls-up since the English Armada.
Aye, 'twas most ill-mannered of them, if I may remark.
'Tis all Raleigh's fault, of course. For when I revealed that I had gotten our navigational directions from you, he had our men turn the fleet around and sail in the opposite direction. 'Twas his navigation that got us lost. Our ships ended up becalmed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving England undefended. Who is the beef-headed chudlord now, eh, Raleigh?
Well, indeed.
Of course, Raleigh refuses to apologise, and we are no longer on speaking terms.
Alas, 'tis most lamentable you were unable to use the directions I gave you. Well now, how may I assist you this day?
I would have you tell me how I might regain the favour of the Queen.
Oh.
Indeed, 'tis strange she has not yet gotten over her displeasure, for the incident did occur many months ago. And we had every intention of returning her warships, filled to the brim with gold, I might add. Besides, how in the devil's name were we supposed to know the King of Spain would choose that very same month to invade England? I have not the power to predict the future.
Well, nay, but I have, my lord, if you had asked me to.
Verily, 'tis not to be borne. Only last week, at a meeting of the Privy Council, during a minor disagreement regarding the Catholic rebellion in Ireland, she called me an impudent lord-splainer, whereupon she rose from her chair and molly-whopped me in the face.
Oh, dear.
I drew my sword upon her.
You mean the Queen?
Aye, indeed. Her behaviour was most shocking. I even asked the royal physician whether she may have lost her mind. She is, after all, most elderly. But Mr. Smith assures me she is in very fine health and is in full control of her faculties.
I mean, you deserve to be well.
It is a mystery indeed.
Not really.
Mayhap it should not surprise us. A man's reason is oft insufficient to fathom the workings of the feminine mind, and, in such cases, he may have little choice but to call upon divine wisdom. To wit, let us see what the stars can tell us. What must Lord Devereux do to regain the Queen's favour?
Or may reverse his change of fortune by turning his working relationship with the King into a sexual one. No. May it be achieved if he is gentle. Should pretend to be in love with the Queen. Okay. Should not act in haste. He should make an intelligent suggestion about a military campaign in a foreign country. keeping with his birthright as peer of the realm. He is a loyal man who does his duty. Well, that seems easier.
To regain the Queen's favour, you must demonstrate your fealty to her. Your loyalty as a peer of the realm who sits on her privy council. To this end, the stars suggest you offer to lead a military campaign to put down this Catholic rebellion in Ireland. Your lordship is, after all, a great military leader. What better man for such a task than the hero of Cadiz?
Verily, 'tis no ill idea. 'Tis no ill idea at all. Yes, indeed, I shall offer to put down the Irish for her.
Ha! This will not have lasting consequences.
I shall quickly defeat those fen-sucking muck-savages and be back home by Christmas. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
Woohoo! Woo! I think that's my 4th? 1, 2, 3, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th. I wasn't going to get one from him anyway.
Simon Forman's not a Catholic. He disapproves of Mary for her views they make.
I don't blame him.
He does not tell her that she punch him in the punch him in the
Love it.
Good day, Mistress Payne. How may I help you this day?
Blessed day, Dr. Forman. I am just come from taking my niece to visit Rochester Cathedral. Thomas Blogg is the cathedral's dean, I believe. Know you of Dean Blogg?
Aye, I know something of him.
Verily, that man is a model to us all. Under his stewardship, the cathedral's decadent furnishings have been stripped away. He has even replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter. Such pious modesty in the sight of God.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
I want the soundtrack.
Very interesting. And, godly. Yes. But what is it that brings you this day?
Before I begin upon my business, Dr. Forman, I must commend you for correctly predicting the sinking of the Spanish Armada.
Always
yes.
happy to help.
It was I who did predict the great storm that sunk the Spanish ships, was it not? I have oft thought that careful study of coastal weather patterns may provide...
And we must give thanks to God for the divine vengeance he wrought upon the heretics. I did hear that by morning our beaches were verily littered with the corpses of Spanish sailors. Praise be to the Lord, his glory to behold.
Oh, I want to punch this woman.
Praise be. But all the same, you seem anxious this day, Mistress Payne. What is troubling you?
Indeed, I am troubled, Dr. Forman. I fear for the Queen's health. Everyone is saying that as she is exceeding old, she is soon to die.
Ah, yes, I quite understand your feelings, madam. How we love our good Queen...
In the fa-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, yeah, absolutely, in the fa-la-la-la-la-la-la.
For she cannot live forever, and when at last she does expire, we shall be stricken with such lamentation and grief.
Mayhap you, but not I. Elizabeth Tudor is naught but a sceptred whore, but still a whore who presides over the Church of England and keeps Rome at bay. And without an heir, who knows what manner of foreigner may succeed her when she dies? For all we know, he may flood the land with foul popery.
Foul popery? I take it you do not care for dried floral arrangements. But, madam, surely fresh flowers are more customary at royal funerals.
Did you not heed me, Mr. Forman? I wish to know whether the English throne is safe from a Catholic successor.
Ah, yes, of course. Then let us...
Well, I mean, that's more or less guaranteed.
Is our Queen's long reign in danger of ending soon? And if so, do we risk a Catholic succeeding her to the throne?
The Queen is in love. Unexpected pregnancy will bring new life to the Tudor royal line. Possibly. The Queen's legacy is safe. Even if she dies, her successor will remain head of the Church of England and loyal to the Anglican faith. That's probably the correct one. Cooperation offered by a foreign country is not what it seems. The satellite represents England's ally, King James of Scotland. Bonds between nations will be creatively disrupted with violence, and austerity will be imposed as a result. Nah, this one.
The Queen's prognosis is good, madam. God will ensure she remains in health for some years yet. And when at last Her Majesty does expire, Whomever succeeds her will happily take his place at the head of the Church of England. I may assure you that England will not revert its allegiance to the Church of Rome.
Ah, praise be! To know that England shall remain safe from Satan's earthly servants is well indeed. Fare you well, and may God give you a blessed day, Dr. Forman.
Happy to help or something.
Rejoice, rejoice in the
John Whitgift!
served by Archbishop to his guests for dinner at his palace in Lamb.
Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb, and be at the foot of the sword.
Ooh.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. What a pleasure it is to welcome your grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health.
I know, it's so good!
That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral.
Oh boy, this ain't going
you are
good.
Acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us. Should Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
Probably not. Querent is not an honorable man. Blagg is a frugal manager of church funds, though he's not. Would be wise to cooperate with his employee. Dean Blagg is creatively and successfully stolen from the church. Financial deceit is being committed against the church. That's probably correct. Is on an emotional journey. He's questioning his religious principles. Blagg's heresy would be a shocking blow for the archbishop. It's this one. I'm gonna go with this one.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the bishopric of Salisbury, your grace, for it seems Dean Blagg has been embezzling from the church. He has been removing cathedral furnishings, fine paintings, tapestries, candlesticks and the like, and selling them for his own enrichment, or mayhap to pay off his personal debts.
Verily? Well, I do hear it remarked that the Rochester Cathedral has been looking a little Puritan of late. Mayhap I shall have my chaplain cast an eye over the cathedral accounts.
Before you leave, your grace, perchance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if your grace might condescend to help me by...
You would have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, your grace. Your grace is most generous.
Well, I don't think I have enough letter of recommendations yet. Speaking of Blagg,
seriously give her a break.
God give you a good day, Mistress Blagg.
All right.
Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Owen Wood? He is the Dean of Armagh, is he not? But were you not pursuing, Richard Bancroft, the Bishop of London?
Aye, and your notion to use Lambeth Palace for an assignation did work wondrous well.
Okay.
We had a small dalliance, the bishop and I. But 'tis all over now, for I did end it.
Only a small dalliance. But I thought your plans for the bishop were larger in scope. In our last consultation, you had me believe you were looking for something more substantial.
Aye, I was. But I will not lie, I was disappointed.
Oh, dear.
I see. Now, perchance, we may proceed to this matter concerning Owen Wood. Pray tell, why would you wish to know whether he has included you in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently, but methinks he will be soon, for he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you're being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the Earl is a fine...
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is. 'Twould not surprise me if he read his
Damn,
upside
girl!
down and marched his men into a bog to drown. Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blagg inherit anything from his estate?
Good angels will compel Owen Wood to be faithful to his wife. Around 15, the outside is marred with conflict and deceit. Well, sure. Owen Wood cannot resist being charitable to his lover, Alice. She is due to receive a legacy from Wood upon his death, much to the surprise and chagrin of Mistress Wood. Owen Wood is keeping a secret to be revealed upon his death. Owen Wood has frittered away his fortune. Dean Wood's time in Ireland will be gentle.
I am happy to assure you, madam, that Owen Wood will not die in Ireland.
On my honour, that is most reassuring to hear. Methinks. Nay, it is.
And even if he were to die, Dean Wood has little to leave you in his will, for the stars suggest that he has barely a penny to his name.
You mean to say Dean Wood has frittered all his money away likewise?
Aye, it would seem that you and Mistress Wood share something in common. That is, aside from...
Oh, well, I never. These clergymen. A band of boil-brained chump lords, the lot of them.
Nah. They do be stupid, though. Oh, hey, bro!
Good dawning, D-Blog. How may I do you service this day?
I hope you will do me service, Dr. Forman. For at my last consultation, you served me very ill.
Ah.
Indeed. Your prediction that Raleigh and Essex would succeed in capturing those Spanish treasure ships did put me in a most lamentable position. I had my tailor fashion me these fine new robes, and now I have not the money to pay him for it.
Then I'm heartily sorry for it, sir. Though your new robes are indeed very fine.
Very fine
Is
robes.
that a different shade of black, or...?
And I know not how, but my wife Alice has lately learned of our perilous financial situation.
Oh.
Ah, has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The Bishopric of Salisbury? But that is excellent well, is it not?
It would be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives yet no sign of granting the vacant bishopric to anybody.
I see. And he does not say when the matter may be decided?
Nay, indeed,
I wonder
he
what
does
could have
not.
caused that.
Whenever I raise the question with His Grace, he says he needs time to consider the various episcopal and doctrinal matters concerning such an appointment. All the while, he has me performing additional duties that I dare not refuse, lest I lose his favour. And Mistress Blarg has sent him pies upon numerous occasions.
And yet the Archbishop is not moved? Oh, he must be a very hard man indeed, for your wife's pies are well renowned for their powers of persuasion. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. Will Thomas Blarg, Dean of Rochester, be granted the bishopric of Salisbury?
Let's find out. Deception concerning the theft of goods has been uncovered. Uh-oh. God will help Blarg see by radically transforming the Archbishop's opinion of Blarg's intelligence. Thus raised in the Archbishop's esteem, Blarg will be granted the bishopric. Okay. Blarg is invited to travel with his wife. Will remain amicable. As demonstrated his godliness. Whoops. Will be realized if he exercises patience. Let's do that.
The stars do confirm that you will be granted the bishopric, for you have acquitted your duties well and proved yourself a skilled administrator. Forsooth, I've heard it remarked that the recent removal of some of your cathedral's more decadent furnishings has rendered the cathedral more, well, more suitable for humble worship and sober reflection.
Blessed news! And upon which day will I be ordained? I must inform Mistress Blarg, so that she may prepare our household for removal to the Bishop's Palace at Salisbury.
Well, I would advise you and Mistress Blarg not to act too precipitously, for the stars indicate that you may need to exercise the Christian virtue of patience, as...
Patience? Sirrah, do not speak to me of patience. John Whitgift has strung me along for over a year on this matter. A bishop's living is little use to me if I'm to be bankrupted while waiting on it.
I see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, hey, buddy, it's been a while. Alright. This is going to be the last one I'm going to be able to do today. So, like I said, I will continue and finish Astrologaster on Tuesday.
Good morrow, Mr. Moore. You are returned from Italy, I see.
Aye, and I had the most enlightening experience.
Oh, yes!
My tutors taught me all about those ancient Romans and whatnot. Indeed, 'tis a changed man you see before you now. A worldly man of culture and learning. Mayhap you would benefit from taking a tour of Italy yourself, Forman.
Alas,
it is a very fun game. I highly recommend getting it, either on Steam or Itch.io. Astrologaster.
Brings you this day?
Well, no sooner did I return to London than I did become acquainted with the most wondrous creature. A lady who has been lately widowed.
Ah, let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Forman. Prithee show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical charms. Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I. Nay, my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning. Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong, she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she?
Wow.
The lady does show great strength of mind indeed.
Oh.
And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, for, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me. So, this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Forman for his counsel.
Then let us consult the stars now. Should Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow?
Wait, is this who I think it is? But what does it tell him who aspires to greatness through relationships? God favors the marriage. It would make a man of more. Such as I have cruel intentions toward my querent, Lancelot Moore. Uh-oh. Deceitful, hidden moments are at play. Moore's allowing his emotions to his finances, putting them at risk of acting impatiently. The match would provoke an unexpected death, resulting in an inheritance. It is. It's sharp, isn't it? Come on.
You must not marry this lady, sir. You are a wealthy man, and she has designs upon your fortune that may result in your untimely death.
Ye gods! Verily?
I am afeard so. You must take care not to let your emotions lead you astray.
She seemed so. She told me she... Are you sure? You did not put a planet in the wrong house or whatnot?
Aye, quite sure.
Oh, well indeed, 'tis most lamentable. Oh, what a waste of such fine eyes. Mayhap Emma has a sister.
I knew it! I knew it was her! I knew it was her! Oh, I guess the fourth one doesn't happen. I guess if I didn't fuck up. So, that's good. Yay! Alright. Well, thank you all so much for coming out to today's stream. Sorry that I couldn't do it all today, but that's okay. Like I said, I will finish it on Tuesday, so I hope to see you on Tuesday for more Astrologaster. Now, real quick, the special something about today's stream is that this will be the first stream to finally be posted to YouTube in the Twitch Archive YouTube channel. I've been waiting for a while to do this, but I figure since the Twitch Archive channel itself is just going to be the raw stream data, I will post it there, and it will be there ready for viewing. Now, it'll have some time before I do post it, because I want the VOD on Twitch to mean something. And over time, I will do a balancing act between the Twitch VODs and when it gets posted to YouTube. So just bear in mind that will be still worked out. But yes, this will be posted to YouTube in the coming weeks, as well as all streams going forward. So I hope then I could start building up something on YouTube for you all to enjoy, at the very least. Because I might start, when I get editing software, I might, do some best of clips or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see. But yes, this will be the first one posted to the YouTube ruse. So hey, hope to see you all there when it gets posted. I will, of course, make announcements for when it is posted, so you all know. But yeah, this is great. I didn't realize it would be this long, though. I honestly thought this would be enough time to do it, but it is a surprisingly long game, so I'm going to do this right here. Thank you all so much for coming out. Let this Greek chorus lead you outside the workshop. Remember to always be nuttin', and I'll see you, and the workshop's closed.